After dark. Hey, everybody, happy Monday. The last Monday of 2019.
That's right. It is the last time we got to suffer through a Monday this year, isn't it?
Yeah. So, this is Midnight Edge After Dark. I'm, of course, Rob Robot Shlomo. Today, news that probably the least hottest lesbian on the screen. We'll tell you who that might be.
You?
Yes, I'm the least. I'm the most unhot lesbian ever.
It's either you or Bird Lady. Oh wait,
Probably.
we shouldn't be talking about stuff like that.
We lost a Ruddle. We'll tell you a lot more about that.
Sorry, Fred. I gotta go.
Not Rubble.
Huh.
Ruddle.
Oh, Ruttle.
We lost a Ruddle. The main Ruddle.
Rubble, whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see it here now. Okay.
All the rose Ticanauts.
Well, the big thing we're here for is Picard's not a sequel to The Next Generation.
Nope.
Yes.
Well, how can it be? It's a completely different Picard with completely different characters, with completely different. They just have actors playing the same. the same characters. They're same character names.
Star Trek continues to shoot itself in the foot.
Let me guess. Instead of a dune buggy, they got me a fucking golf cart again.
They got you a Chevy Cruze.
Fucking lousy bastards.
There
goes our demonetization before we get to introduce you know who.
Yes. Well, anyways, Mr. Jonas.
If you're not demonetized now, I'm not helping.
I was letting Rob to introduce you.
Well, joining us is Mr. Tom Connors.
Of course.
And, of course, your favorite YouTube harpy.
Sick, dying.
She has an Emmy, an ESPY, a Tony, a BAMI, a BAFTA, a BA, an MBA, she's a PMF, an Earl, and an OBE, which makes her an earlobe. Would you please welcome the queen of the YouTube harpies, Miss Becca Random.
Miss Becca Random. Look out behind you. There's a Khan.
He's only a plushie. He's fine.
Plushie Khan. I mean to avenge myself upon you. I first deprive your ship of power, and then when I swing around, I'm going to deprive you of your life. But first, I wanted you to know who it was that had beaten you.
How can I hear you if you don't have any power?
Don't insult my intelligence, Kirk.
No. I'm just asking a question. So we still have some power left because we can hear you.
Don't you know that Discovery has established that sound can travel through space?
Yeah, those people are idiots. In my opinion.
We're not supposed to talk about Discovery.
And Windows 10 has readjusted my microphone settings once again.
The Windows what now?
How do people fly these
in space? Who would want to put Windows in space? That's stupid.
How do people fly these starships with these Windows 10?
I don't know. Again,
Warp drive is incompatible with current operating system. Please consult vendor. Unknown error has occurred. How do you get anything done?
you need an update, sir.
Admiral. Admiral. All right. Well, anyway, what are we doing first? Let's talk about Picard first. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, for crying out loud.
They're just setting it up for failure, aren't they? Oh, we're also on me still.
On what?
Oh shit.
We're on me. That's all right.
I got it. I know.
I turned off my camera here.
I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to get the screen up.
Hold on, Josh and Rebecca Momanet just got back from the Rise of Skywalker. I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you guys and said, well, sometimes you got to experience things for yourself, though. They keep trying.
I mean, the box office. Sorry.
Well, they keep trying. They keep trying everything in their power to screw up Star Trek, and they're just average. They're just they're just signaling to everybody, to the entire world, that they have no idea what they're doing.
How dare you talk to me that way, you third-rate tot!
Yeah, Sporky. Can we get Scott in
I
here?
sent him the thing. I don't know why he didn't come in because he's lazy.
Scott, can you join us? Actually, Sporky.
I sent him the link like a long time ago, like before you. Shadowhound sent us $2. Oh, we had another one before that too. We missed. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh no, can you still see it?
Maybe.
It's from way early on.
Yeah, Shadowhound, you are all awesome.
Oh, okay, that was the first one. All right. Then I did.
Thank you for pointing out our awesomeness.
We
and we got news. Yeah, $2 Sporky News. How to help Picard, not a sequel.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out myself. It's like I've never ever done anything before. Not before this. I'm truly a millennial now. I don't think anything happened before me, to the point where I don't even remember the things that happened to me, or with me, or because of me, or that I did, or that Data did, or that guy with the thing on his face did. I don't know. He likes to read books. I forget his name, Geordie or something like that.
Yeah, they're just setting this one up for failure, aren't they? They're just warning people right off bat. Hey, you know how you're expecting the sequel? Well, it's not going to be, so don't get your hopes up.
Why do we have Riker in it? Fuck it.
Yeah, why would they? Oh, because they're trying to have their cake. They're trying to convince the normies that it's normal Star Trek, and then they're trying to convince the new hardcore fans, or like the new convention crowd, those fans, that it's for them. That it's, oh no, Discovery fans, this is for you. This isn't for those old white dudes. Not just a sequel of that old boring show that was bad in the first season, according to their propaganda, which is absolute bullshit.
Now, if what? Oh, man,
Alex Kurtzman has never watched Star Trek Next Generation. Not once.
No, he saw the little best of clip thing that you needed to see for the Inner Light, just so he knows that it had a probe, and that's about all he's seen.
He saw Nemesis, and that was
about dune buggies.
Yeah, dune buggies.
And that's another reason why this is going to be bad, because Picard, or Patrick Stewart himself, insisted he will not come back to the show unless it's a very different Picard. He doesn't want to play Picard again. So that's they've been warning us for the past year. If you're expecting Next Generation continuation, no, you're going to get Dune Buggy Picard in an action sequence sort of series with 7 of 9. Dual wielding, basically blasters at this point, because they're not even phasers.
I tried to warn everyone. I really did.
Well, I do have some good news for Old Man Picard, though.
If it doesn't have anything to do with Doom Buggies or boobies, I'm not in the mood.
Oh, it has to do with Doom Buggies.
If it's a fucking golf cart again, I'm going to be very displeased.
No, it's not. It's not a golf cart. take a look at. Here's a link, Old Man Picard.
Why can't you just share anything like normal people?
Because I had to be different browser. Take a look at the brand new VW electric dune buggy.
Electric dune buggy. Those are 3 words that just don't belong together, Shlomo. I'm sorry. I don't know how to break this to you. It's just not a thing.
But it's a brand new dune buggy.
I hate to tell you this. Electric and dune buggies, that is pretty cute, though. No, I can't do it.
I thought
no, it's wrong. You can't do that.
It is kind of cool. Though.
Everything I stand for.
Well, did you see the trailer? They have a new trailer that dropped now.
Oh, goody. Well, Matt G at least has not seen Discovery in theaters. That's because if Discovery was in theaters, it'd be the biggest flop in history.
Yeah, Scott, get in here. We got to play about Star Trek. Patrick Stewart reprises his role as Star Trek Next Generation's Jean-Luc Picard in the upcoming Star Trek Picard. Oh, the aptly named Star Trek Picard. The CBS All Access streaming show will see Picard on a new adventure, but also brings back some of the other familiar faces from the Next Generation. But executive producer Akiva, I have no idea what I'm doing, Goldsman, says Picard isn't a sequel to the Next Generation. Instead, it's something new. We pointedly wanted to make. I'm losing the will to live. Wanted not to make a sequel to Next Gen, Goldsman tells Hollywood Outbreak. I think that tonally, it's a little bit of a hybrid. Obviously, you will see. I hope slower, more gentle, more lyrical. It's certainly more character based.
No, that dune buggy was a hybrid. This is a fucking travesty.
It also takes on some of the same thing that the original series took on. That Next Gen look, that Next Gen took on. I can't read. I forgot how to read again. That Discovery takes on, which is a hope for the future that is in many ways better than the world we live in today.
Wait. Discovery took on a hope for the future where little Mikey Sue Spock can go in and start a war with the Klingons just because she's a cocky idiot?
Yes.
That's not hope. That's hiring the worst possible people and putting them in the most dangerous positions. I have no hope for that future. I do not want that future.
This show has no future. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, they're getting 2 seasons, or is that just PR spin? Because
well,
wait a minute. Get the Kurtzman ding ready.
Oh,
I have it on my soundboard, but I don't have anything set up so you guys can hear it. I can hear it.
Okay, well, anyway, Discovery to Hope for Future we live in. Star Trek remains aspirational. This is still Akiva goals aspirational. And what we get to do.
And isn't he the one that called Anthony Rapp really bad names that are derogatory against gay people?
Possibly.
Allegedly. That's what I've heard.
Yes.
Now that's like an unconfirmed rumor, but that's just what I've heard.
Okay, well, series creator Alex Kurtzman has said before that this series is a different experience from the Next Generation. Get the ding ready. We feel a tremendous responsibility to the fans who have loved the Picard character. And
ding.
Patrick himself, who took a massive leap of faith choosing to come back and
ding.
Play Picard after he said he was done forever. Kurtzman said, he also said, I want to make sure if I come back, if you love TNG, you'll feel that we're honoring it. But this is a very different experience. This is really a very different experience. It looks incredibly different. The story...
if they were really honoring TNG, they would make a sequel to TNG now, wouldn't they? And get the people who make the Orville to do that. So at least it'd be in the spirit of TNG.
Yeah,
the intelligence of it.
I don't want to interrupt you too, Rob, but we need to look up the definition of honor first. Before I don't think he knows what the meaning of that word is.
Honor to him means completely disassemble, try to erase and substitute with something of your own.
No, it means reference it. It means we're going to reference it and member bury the crap out of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, Hold on. Okay, this is a really different experience. It looks incredibly different. The kind of storytelling is different. But if you're someone who's never watched it at all, it's been built for you to come into. And
so Discovery fans, people who don't like Star Trek,
get to be dropped into this very emotional story about this captain who's in the late stage of his life and dealing with the sum of his sum total of all his choices.
The sum total of all my choices are dune buggies and boobs.
Anyway, Kurtzman goes on. It also has an incredible new crew. Incredible to a person. They're all so wonderful. And
ding.
We have now started showing it to the studio. And
ba-ting.
They're thrilled with it. So that gave us a lot more confidence that we've hit the mark. We've now watched 5 episodes with Patrick, and he's thrilled with it too.
That's lies. All lies.
Because he was so happy with it, it makes us feel it honored what we promised.
I wasn't happy. I had to poop.
Now, Omen Picard, can you tell us anything about those test screenings?
Yeah, they told me I don't have any diseases. I'm clean. No STDs.
No. I'm talking about when they showed you the new Picard series that you worked on.
Oh, that was like an enema.
Now, Omen Picard. Well, how was it? What was it like working with Marina Sirtis again?
Oh, it was very uplifting.
Really?
Yes, especially in the pants.
Does she? Is she still as just as you remembered her?
In the dark.
In the dark?
Yes.
No. So
in the dark and in my mind, and yes.
Oh,
just leave it at that.
Oh, does she? Do you think she has a thing for older men?
I sure hope so.
Old Man Picard, are there going to be any Me Too allegations?
I sure hope not.
Did you have to use any? Was there anybody sent out for Viagra on the set?
Oh hell no! I'm fine. I don't need that unless I'm just having fun.
I like big Asian butts, and I cannot lie.
That's right. My doctor tells me I have the libido of a 12-year-old.
You do?
Yes.
So you're distracted by Roblox and Minecraft?
Shiny things and dune buggies. And boobs.
Why, Darren Wagner, why does Omen Picard sound like Bane?
I don't know why everybody thinks I sound like Bane. It's the bane of my existence. All of you just want me to fucking die. That's what they're trying to do with this show, is kill me, isn't it?
Yes.
Bumpy bits are my favorite. I like that little bloody fellow who says that. Fragolf Felger Cobb. Okay.
The little fellow? You mean the little guy from Star Wars?
Baba Booey.
Yes, he's eating something.
Oh, okay.
Baby Yoda?
Maybe.
Mad G, $2. Star Wars Episode 9 is not a sequel to 8. Same idea.
Ah. So that's what everybody does. They buy something they don't like, and they spoil it for everybody else.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, Omen Picard, did you see the new Star Wars movie?
Do I have things to do that are better than that? Yes.
Oh, so you're not a fan then?
I'm not a fan of torture.
No. Oh, okay. So watching the new Star Wars is like torture.
Yes.
Okay, very good, Old Man Picard. So, oh God, I don't understand. Well, hold on, rude artist. For the love of God, just stop. Is that for us?
Probably means us or the show, but yeah.
I would say for Star Trek. Just stop with Star Trek already.
Honestly, I'll tell you guys, I really don't see any interest. I think they've killed the interest in Star Trek.
I only have 1,000 views, not less than 1,000 views on a trailer reaction. Yeah.
What was it? Not this past summer? Was it this past summer that anything Star Trek related? That we did on YouTube with Night's Edge, even the sister channel would be gold. You know. Now we can't even get 1,000 views on a.
It might be because it's hidden the algorithm, but no, when you go into like your keyword finders and stuff, if you have any like extensions and shit for YouTube, nothing. There's just no search. Nobody's searching for Star Trek.
Yeah, nobody's searching for Star Trek. I mean, this just the interest in Star Trek has just bottomed out.
They've done such a good job destroying it in the past 2 seasons of Discovery. It's like all it took was 2 seasons. I mean, that realistically was that first season. And then I think everybody thought, oh, is it going to be better because they keep firing showrunners? And keep in mind, Picard is now 2 showrunners in. How many showrunners? 2 or 3 now?
Well, once they announce a new person, it would technically be 3rd. Whenever we find out.
It hasn't even aired yet.
Who's going to be running season 2?
It is just the most pathetic thing that they did. They took a show that you should have countless people interested in, especially because this is a continuation of Next Generation, which people liked. And it's not a continuation now. It's like, okay, could you do any more to kill this other than saying
it's not going to be a continuation for what? A year and a half now?
I know. We've been telling them that. We've been saying, no, it's not going to be a continuation. It's not a sequel. It's not a sequel. It's going to be just like Discovery. It's going to be just like Discovery. And what do they say in this article? It's just like Discovery. It's like they're trying to tank it on purpose so they can move on to the next thing that they want to make.
I'm congratulations. You made us hate everything we love. Seriously.
Yeah, it was not like they couldn't have done a better job of destroying everything if they had set out to do so on purpose. And then they did set out to do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Captain Hare, $5. Hey guys, what if Picard series was just him taking his dog to the vet, only to find the vet move to a different planet and wacky? I'd rather watch that.
I'd rather watch just the Baby Yoda song on loop for 24 hours.
We can arrange that.
Can we? I'd rather have an enema than watch Star Trek at this point.
I think there is like a 10-hour loop of it.
I know. I'd rather have a 10-hour loop of an enema than watch this piece of crap show at this point. Because that's what Star Trek has become. It has become such a painful experience that I am resentful that Star Trek exists now. You're really messed up. Al Kurtzman, you really messed up. You messed up. Yeah. You broke the fandom. You let all of this, oh, you're just an istinophobe crap litter up the culture of the writing room, of the production team, of the actors, of everything. And you've got this new little mentality running around that you're trying to appease 20 people on Twitter instead of 100,000 people that you could have watching this show. I had 50,000 views on a reaction to the announcement of Picard last year. Because I remember I was still staying with my mom for that month when I just moved from Wisconsin to Colorado and didn't have an apartment here yet. But I had 50,000 views on that, which was more than anything Discovery was doing. And they have systematically destroyed any interest in this to where people aren't even searching for it. Ask Gary Underdrotic. His Star Trek stuff, he was saying, doesn't get views anymore. We talk about Star Trek because we want good Star Trek. And this is like our big thing. This is our big, hey, this is our line in the sand.
Oh yeah, even like Rob was saying, the main channel doesn't even get views anymore for Star Trek videos. Nobody cares. I think they have literally killed the interest in any Star Trek whatsoever. Hey Scott, how you doing?
Hello, what's going on?
Star
What
Trek.
is this? What is this shit?
That's what we want to know.
Everybody, we tried.
We're not even sure. We're not even sure what this is.
Like, how can I mean? If it is it like a clone of Picard? Is it his grandson from many or great grandson just looks exactly like him? Is it I don't know female Picard?
Maybe we get lucky and this whole show is in the Nexus.
Oh, okay. I could work with that. Not at all, but I could work with that because
They're
I mean,
not smart enough. They're not smart enough to do that. They wouldn't know how to do that.
I mean, Data doesn't look like Data, so we know Data was destroyed. So maybe it is some alternate universe.
We just saw him, Scott, like not even 4 months ago.
Yeah,
we saw him in person. Yeah, Tom, I got a picture.
He is not that bloated.
No,
I don't understand why he looks like that. It looks like somebody like punched him in the face 20 times.
Oh, it's because they have Glenn Hendricks and what's the other guy? They have the worst makeup team I've ever seen on this show on Star Trek lately. Look at the Klingons. These people are terrible. These are the people who are judges on Face Off, which is like a makeup reality show competition, and they will kick people off of their show for doing exactly what they do. You know, they cover up the actors' eyes. They make it so they can't see out of the masks. They erase any movement in the facial structure of these actors. Like I've done videos on this where you cannot see the actor's eyes underneath all that makeup.
Send us a super chat.
$2. Deranged lunatic. STD has become the colonoscopy of sci-fi.
He even put in Siffy. Yeah. Oh Lord! We got a couple more. Siffy. That was
coughing nails.
Have we even bounced back from that yet? That was the dumbest move on Sci-Fi's part ever. I get why they did it, but have they ever really bounced back from that when they changed their name? I don't think.
No, it hasn't been the same.
Movies.
Oh, it was lame. It was so lame when they did that. I got to say, I've been listening now for a little bit, trying to get the kids to sleep and this and that. And Rob, I hear the pain in your voice, man. I hear it. This is sad. This is sad to like know that another one of like, now you guys are more Trekkies than I am, but just to know another franchise that I know people love is just, they treat like it's theirs, and they treat like, let's get normies involved. Let's get these people involved. Cause you know what? The diehards will keep coming. And what they don't realize is we won't.
Well, and this has been going on for over a decade now. That's the thing.
Yes.
It's not so much ownership. I would say, listen, I'm not going to stop anybody from liking what they like. Okay. I'm certainly not going to say to somebody, no, you can't like that.
I'll warn them about it. I'll warn them though.
But as a fan of anything, but the whole thing is part of the fun of turning somebody onto something is getting them to see in it what you see.
That is a perfect way of putting it, man.
Yeah. Or you know what? If they see something different in it than you do, then that's great. You know, hell, you know what? Sometimes you're like, hey, you know what? I never thought about it that way. You know, sometimes the new fans could teach the older fans something. But this whole thing of just tearing it down and then just rejiggering it into something that it was never supposed to be in the first place.
And then slapping the Star Trek name on it. That's all it is. It's like the Watchmen TV show. I did reviews. I haven't even done the final review yet because it just made me sick what they did to it. And I only read, I read the comics back when I was probably in high school back in the early 90s. The movie was okay. I didn't like how they changed the ending, but I understood why. But then you come up to this show and it was like, it could have been its own show and they could have done it differently. But what they wanted to do was like slap the name Watchmen on it, take little things out of that universe and say, hey, you remember this? You remember that? It's Watchmen. And that's what I felt like they've done with Star Wars. And now that's what they're doing with Star Trek. You remember Spock? He smiles now, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Spock is Sheldon Cooper now.
That's exactly what they've done with it, though. They've just taken elements of Star Trek to exploit and use as, hey, remember this, remember that. And it's insulting. It is just insulting to the intelligence of any Star Trek fan who actually likes this.
Dr. Coffin Nails, Star Trek? That the thing with laser swords? $2. Captain Hare, $2. Just say it, Rob. People are entitled to bad taste. Yeah, they are. Matt G, $5 super chat. Picard dies and the daughter of his enemy who is good takes his name. I'm Ray Picard.
Don't be surprised.
It looks like it. It looks like it. I mean,
surprised.
I saw the newest commercial for it, and she is kicking ass. You know,
now,
like,
and that's and this is exactly what Kurtzman's doing. He's just slapping the Star Trek name on shit. He's doing exactly what he accused Star Trek of doing.
You know, it's so cute that they've embraced that, though, because like we've used that as an example of what not to do, and they just went ahead and did it. Like, you know, okay, we know you're watching us, we get it. Nothing personal, Ethan Peck. I'm sure you're a wonderful guy. You seem great, but you're not Spock, and I appreciate that the Nimoy family have included you, but
is that the Orville?
Yeah. Speaking of this. Now you guys will not know who that guy is on the left, but I do. That's Howard Berger. Howard Berger has been in the business
legend
for fucking years. Like this guy did Freddy. This guy did, you name it. Jason. He worked on all of them. I'm sure. This is a legend in the industry, and this is what they do on Orville. They get people who know what the fuck they're doing to do this shit, instead of just hiring Joe Blow nobodies like Mecca was talking about that probably won, an episode of what the hell that show was, you called it?
Oh, Face Off. No, they're the hosts of Face Off. They are people who, the people that they're using, Neville Page was the other one, I think.
But Tom, there's the reason Paula Abdul was on American Idol.
Yeah.
You leave Paula alone.
Hey, I loved Paula Abdul back in the day.
I've heard her on Mix. She can't sing.
But
straight up, no.
Tom, Star Trek is so cerebral. You don't need to have the Klingons speak English. You're just lazy if you don't want to read subtitles. I mean, who doesn't love?
When you've got the huge Star Trek fans who actually know how to speak Klingon saying, get the dick out your mouth, or both dicks out your mouth, the new Klingons, then that's pretty bad, you know?
Kapla, Jerry, kapla! Kapla!
Star Trek's official Twitter is only getting 28 retweets. And half of them are probably people like us.
I got more retweets on something I did today. I can't remember what it was, but I got more retweets on that.
That's ridiculous. You know what, Robin? When you brought that up, like you want to bring somebody into a fandom, that is one of my biggest pleasures in the world, is because like a lot of my friends, you know, they're not into sci-fi, but I brought them into Game of Thrones, some of them early enough for fantasy, and they loved it. And then they blamed me when it went bad. But when you bring somebody into something, when you bring somebody into something like this, like, oh, they're coming out with a new Star Trek, you're going to love it. I don't know much about it yet. And then they watch that. They're either going to do two things. They're going to think you're crazy, or they're going to love that and then not appreciate what came before it because it's something completely different. You know, these kids that are growing up as the sequel trilogy of Star Wars is theirs. They may not appreciate the OG or the OT, excuse me. Well, it is OG. You know, they won't appreciate it as much because it's not in your face up to 11, you know, like JJ loves. And it's kind of sad to me. Like we can see what they've done wrong, but if you're a young kid nowadays and you're seeing all this, and all it is there's no plot, there's no storyline. It's in your face, big action, big battles, big colors. And then you go back to something like as simple as Star Trek: The Next Generation. I don't know if they're going to enjoy it as much as they do this new stuff, because it's something completely different and it warps what it really was. And that's really sad to think about.
I would introduce them just to Next Generation. I would start them there.
I would too. I would too.
I would never start them on this new stuff. I would flat out say, I will warn you about the new stuff. If you like it, great, but it's not the Star Trek in any way, shape, or form that we are aware of and that we know.
I would even say just start with Voyager. I mean, even that. I mean,
like Voyager.
Watching Voyager now. Voyager holds up a lot better than a lot. Voyager's light years ahead of STD. You kidding me?
It was my favorite for a while, just because it got really, really good for a while.
It got really good for season 3 or 4. It started getting really, really good.
Well, yeah. Once they got past the Kazon stuff, I really, because I dipped out when like in the first couple of like in the second season or whatever, and then I came back once they got rid of the Kazon stuff and got rid of Kess.
Is Voyager on CBS All Access? I mean, every
yeah. Use your Fire Stick, Rob. You have.
Well, it's just easier to do like this.
Right. I got it on DVDs behind me. I'm like, is it on YouTube? Just like somebody's got a slightly shifted pitch. I'm so lazy. I will watch it. I will watch Wrath of Khan on YouTube instead of going to my DVD shelf and hooking up a DVD player somewhere. Just because I'm lazy.
I got to see Rick and Morty last night on my Fire Stick, which was actually pretty cool.
Y'all make me sick. No, I think that's one of the problems that CBS All Access has had is that you can still watch Star Trek on Hulu and Netflix, I believe. Like all the shows. They're all there. So like they've ruined the idea of this exclusivity of it all. And I don't want to give them ideas, but you keep this one show that nobody gives two fucks about. That's dumb. Right. I'm sorry. I mean, I know I'm coming off like an idiot right now the way I'm saying it, but I'm putting it out this way. You don't give all the good shit away for free and then keep the bad shit away from the fans. And that's going to be a good thing.
Well, they're not very smart business people.
Exactly. I was trying. I'm not very good at explaining what I'm trying to say here, but I mean, I think I'm making some kind of fucking sense. I don't know. Mind hunger's got me all fucking like fucked up right now because he's got bacon in his fucking thing. You guys see the new bad lip reading video? They stole my "It's better than bacon" thing. No, that's been around for 4 years. Just saying.
I need to see. Is that the one with Luke and Yoda?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because the sequel one was great.
Bacon. It's a sequel to that one.
Okay.
Captain Hare, $2. Introduce normal people to Threshold for fun. Oh yeah. Now,
you know what? I'd rather watch that than Discovery. I really would. It's not as bad as Discovery.
And that's saying a lot too, you know?
Yes, bacon. Fucking love bacon.
I took a quick gander at CBS All Access's page, and first of all, they have a big, huge Star Trek Discovery banner.
That's not the thing you want to be promoting. You got Picard coming.
Promoting Picard right now.
Oh my God, are they stupid? These people.
They really are.
Picard. You've got brand recognition. People actually know who Geordi is, and Data, and Worf. People like this is why it's a Family Guy meme. For crying out loud, this is one of those things where everybody has seen at least 1 or 2 episodes, and you're going to bring in people who aren't hardcore fans if they know that this show is happening, and they don't.
No.
Right. I mean, Picard is as pop culture as Adam West is Batman.
Yes.
Like maybe not as cheesy, but he is as pop culture as he is.
I think you're right. I think that if you put a picture of Captain Kirk and Picard next to each other and asked most people within the ages of like 20 to,
hands down,
5, they would recognize Picard before they would recognize Shatner, sadly, I think.
Well, then they know Spock now because of Big Bang Theory.
Well, no, and that's what I'm saying. Everybody used to know who Data was more so than Spock is.
Right. Well, then that's my question too. I liked when that show first came out. I have to be honest. I liked the first couple seasons. I thought it was a kind of funny show, different take on this, nerd culture. But I really have come to realize it ruined nerd culture.
Well, I pinpointed where the show went off the rails, Rob. I don't know.
It did.
I did. Yeah, it's at the end of season 3. But let me just Big Bang Theory for the first couple seasons was this peek into this world of nerd culture. Yes, it really was. You had Penny, who was the audience POV character, and you had these guys who were socially awkward. They were scientists. They were very educated, but they were socially awkward. And, and the joke was, something would happen. Sheldon wouldn't understand social conventions, social norms. Ha ha ha. Sheldon doesn't get it.
Right.
And the other thing was the fact that no way in hell any of these guys would ever get a woman like Penny.
Yeah, no, that's why it's fantasy.
Yeah. Then you bring in Amy Farrah Fowler at the end of season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And now the entire dynamic of the show starts to change. It starts to change when Leonard goes off when they go off to the and Leonard and Penny finally hook up. Everybody has that drunken hookup everybody has,
Right.
And they broke the number one rule of it, though. They turned it into Friends, but at the same time, they broke the number one rule. You never get your "are they going to" together until you're damn near ready to wrap the show.
Yes, exactly.
Because otherwise, it loses all fucking steam.
I call that the moonlighting.
Yes.
The moonlighting effect. The minute they hooked up, that show was done.
And my other question is, do you think that vegetarians cheat once in a while and eat bacon?
Absolutely.
They have to.
Absolutely.
Do vegetarians understand that? And I have nothing against people that believe that into being, but it's not as good as for the environment as they think. I just hope they realize that.
Well, I would say about vegetarian, you need a certain amount of red meat and protein and zinc and iron in your diet. Yeah, medically. Granted, you know what? If the whole thing about factory farming, that's, I don't know, I don't want to get into that here, but
right, I hear you.
It's terrible.
It is terrible. I like locally sourced stuff. I that's a kind of conversation for another day. But yes,
but at the same time, like my buddy Kevin puts it this way, man, if we weren't carving up cows into roasts and steaks and burgers, they would just be like getting fat and bumping into each other. $5. Dr. Coffin Nails. I've got Star Trek TOS on DVD twice and Blu-ray. Sometimes just watch it on Netflix. Oh well. Yeah.
Yeah, I linked in chat what they've turned Star Trek Picard into. It's basically Lord of the Rings, and you're asking where's the laser sword someone was? Yeah, it's in this promo right here. It's from about a month ago.
Yeah.
From November 23rd. I'm not kidding. I wish I were kidding.
Bring it up here.
What?
It's not working for me.
Here, do you need me a screen share?
Yeah, I got too many windows open.
All right.
And here I am changing my.
There you go.
It's literally.
Oh my God. That's Lord of the Rings, right? The new one? Oh, that's Picard.
And it's got a glowy. Is this a laser sword or is this like a regular sword?
It looks like a regular sword.
Oh, okay, it looked like a laser sword for
because in the 24th century they
wait. If you stop right there, the guy on the right, isn't that the one that died in the Battle of Helm's Deep? Like, isn't that the elf that was like brought? I swear that's him.
Probably.
Oh my God.
One of the Lothlorien elves.
It's all the same guy. They're just.
But this
is what they think Star Trek should be. They don't know the difference between any of these geek properties.
Okay, ready? Let's reenact a pitch meeting. Okay, we're coming up with all right, guys. We need ideas for Picard's.
The kids like the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, they do? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's in Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. Oh, that hot guy Legolas. Oh God.
Okay, can we get him?
We need a little person.
No.
Oh, that's in the other video. That's in the other one. Did you see the new trailer? That's that representation. Can we make him ethnically diverse for representation?
That's what we need to do. We don't want any blonde-haired, blue eyes guys. We want someone, I don't know.
Unless they're gay.
I want a man bun. They have to be gay. Okay? They have to be.
This guy's probably gay too.
Oh, he is. If he's not, I'm getting him to be.
But how
maybe
gay?
Maybe he's transgendered. Maybe can he be transgender representation?
What about
like Indiana?
What about Peter Dinklage in blackface? Can we get him?
No.
He's expensive.
We already have another little person. And we'll have too many lopsided little people in the show. You got to spread it out. You got to spread out the.
Okay. Now, Okay, now homelessness is a big problem. Okay, now we need someone who's homeless, someone who lives in a trailer. Can we get someone who lives in a trailer?
Once we pay them, they won't be homeless anymore.
You guys think we were
true.
joking about the little people representation? Here's the Picard trailer. We already have it right here. Star Trek Picard, new teaser.
That's what I was saying.
What the
I sent
hell?
you this,
I
Rob.
told you, they made sure that they picked up every one of those Pokemon.
If I were her, I would be offended. I was being used this way.
Instead
What?
I'm offended for her.
Remember
Actress.
we had STD bingo? Now, for this show, we're just going to have to use your Wokemon card.
I can't breathe.
Since you're not
No, we're
breathing,
not.
Mr. Wolverine 007 sent us a 2-hour super chat. Modern Trek, bacon ice cream, yummy. See, everybody agrees with me. Bacon
maple ice cream. But now, are we saying her? Is that correct to use that pronoun? I
We don't
mean,
know.
them-
We're assuming they're
It
gender.
could be a transgender.
Whatever.
I feel I see a huge Adam's apple.
If they get a transgender little person, then that's what 2 Wokemon spots. You
That's
need
a double shiny. That is a double shiny.
Yeah, that's no, that's right. You got double shiny. Yeah.
Where's your double shiny sound effect, Rob?
Double shiny.
No, he made these
I
for me
think
a few
he's
months
dead.
ago.
I think he's dead.
I don't know, guys.
We started when they started swapping everything. So I've got race swap, I've got gender swap. Oh no, we have
Yep.
gender fluid. We don't have gender swap yet, but we have the race and gender swap, which is a double
Yep.
shiny.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah.
I'm horizontally challenged. Does that make you a Wokemon?
No, you're horizontally overcompensating.
Oh, I'm white.
can't-
That doesn't count. I forgot.
I can't
So
find it.
we got.
Have we
that.
moved into the trailer
there
part?
she is.
There's Little Miss. I'm the key to everything.
Everything.
She is the key. And guess what? We don't know where she learned it, but she's gonna kick your ass.
Yep.
Not just because.
She's half my daughter, and she's half.
Born
boy.
queen daughter.
Let's make sure we give her a butch haircut, though.
And
we
make
want to
her
bring in the
ethnically-
lesbians butch hair.
And make her
Okay.
ethnically ambiguous, so you can't
Yeah, very
criticize her.
confused.
Here we go.
Is she Asian? Is she white? Is she Lebanese? I don't know.
She could be Inuit. We might finally get some damn Inuit representation for once on
About
this
time.
show.
It's about time.
This
About time.
racist show.
I found
God
it.
damn it. Star Trek racist show.
We've always got a problem with like Inuit representation. I've never seen an Eskimo on the show.
Oh, if I don't hear some tribal language, I'm going to be upset. Okay, I want to hear.
we
clicking.
have that. We have that. Where is it? Where is it?
I found my
Where is it?
Wokemon, my Wokemon thing.
Well, let me find it. I gotta find it. Here, we have tribal representation.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh my god! I can't
tribal
fucking believe it.
representation.
I can't fucking believe it. Oh my god, this is amazing.
And it's the whitest white chick in the world. What the fuck?
To me, that's the most racist thing I've seen on TV in a
If
long
you
time.
just showed me this and I didn't know it was Picard, I thought you would be showing me something from Lord of the Flies or something.
Double shiny, bacon gender swap.
What is her ethnic background? Man, she does. I can't figure her out.
She looks half
Oh, my
Chinese and
looks-
half
yep.
possibly white
Or
with
Native
some-
American of some
She might have
sort?
some
No,
Native
I
American or some
Yeah,
African
Southern
American.
American or something like that.
Where's,
Actually,
where's my George Takei sound? Her face was exotic, vaguely human.
She is just racially ambiguous enough to where they can hide behind the "if you don't like her, you're an ist" card.
Yes. Yeah. That is unfreaking believable. They are hitting someone has a check mark list and they're just like, okay, transgendered small person check.
about her, and I'm just sitting here going, when the fuck did they pick up Jungle to Jungle here?
Oh, we need some environmentalism. Yeah. Let's put them in a forest.
we
What the
we need
fuck are they
trees.
doing with this Indian lady here, and I don't mean that to be sexual, but she looks like the old cowboys and Indians type deal. And
She looks
Right.
like she should be going woo.
Yeah, exactly. Like the one feather in the back. And I want her to be like, excuse me, Picard. Oh my God. But you are stealing our land. Like, I just want to tell you that my people have been slaughtered because of your kind.
I as a naive American.
Oh my god. Okay, maybe my parents are from Sweden, but I identify as a Native American.
It's like Brie Larson.
It's like that one woman that was in the NAACP that was white but identified as black. I can't remember. This is it. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, hold on. Here's my race swap Pokemon.
Race swap.
Captain Hair,
a separate gender swap one. We need that.
Oh,
Captain Hair, $5. You know what? If it turns out Les Moonves stubborn Star Trek, Star Wars ignorance is an STD, we can pick out his hookups for points. Yeah,
but you don't even have to answer to him anymore. That's what I don't understand.
This is the last. This is probably the last remnant of his reign.
We also had Anthony in the chat here earlier. I said hey to him, and we had Bill in the chat. Everybody's showing up now.
Matthew, we need Brie
Sean
Larson in Picard.
Stackhouse.
What do we do?
Sean Stackhouse in the
in
the chat.
Okay, well, wait. Look. We have an Asian Vulcan here.
Jesus Christmas. I never understood that about the Vulcans. Like, they're human with pointy ears. They're elves. That's all they are. They're elves that have no sense of humor because they're Asian, they're black, they're white. Like, I feel like if I'm going to find a species from another planet, they have evolved enough that they have mixed the races and everything has come to be one value point. Like, if they're so ahead of us, like the gray aliens, let's just throw that out there.
Well, if you look at the planet, except for how they're showing it in Discovery, which is a forest now, but Vulcan used to be a very very red, rocky, hot desert sort of planet, and they even explained, oh yes, we've evolved with an inner eyelid. So the Vulcans should, by all means, look more like Tuvok.
Okay.
Now, am I not wrong?
A very thin atmosphere. So the sound would carry well, so they would have evolved bigger ears so they can hear better.
Well, not only that, haven't the Vulcans always kind of been more of a allegory for like the Native Americans, since we're speaking about it?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. That changes a lot of things. But still, it's just having the different, I don't know. It always makes me laugh when they try to incorporate, like, you can incorporate another, I don't know, race that is all Asian looking or another race that's all African-American looking. Like, to me, like, do we always have to have the same culture from every planet? Like, every planet has Asians, every planet has African Americans or blacks, every planet has whites. Like,
see, other things do, like Babylon 5 did it better, and I think Star Trek is the only one that really kind of screwed it up that way. They should have thought out how their alien species evolved a little better for some of these, but for the most part, they did a really decent job. Like, to me, Vulcans were very we're very kind of an Asian sort of culture.
True. Yeah, there's a bit of an Asian culture, but because I always seen the Klingons as like an allegory for the Russians during the Cold War, and and so on. So I just figured, I just kind of always associated the mysticism that the Vulcans have, kind of more like Native American.
The Far East. I always thought it was the Far East.
I see from that,
Okay. Namco, 2 pounds, less late stage, less Moonvezism. I have to get Rue Britannia for anyone who donates. Throws in like a British pound super chat. Dun, 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 dun,
You get one for all the different places because we always get a lot of Canadian money.
That's
too.
racist.
Can you do the Godfather for Italians?
No. Know your hatred, Mecca. It's xenophobia.
Whatever.
But actually, the original series did it very well because, like I said, all the Klingons were brown skin.
Yes.
All the Vulcans were essentially yellow skin.
Right. To me, the Vulcans were more of an Asian culture. Like, and Mecca, actually, you guys told me more than I knew. I knew they were from a rocky planet. I always believed like there was more winds there for some reason. Cause like, that's why they believe Asians on our planet actually develop their eyelids, is because of the high winds off the plains. But I always thought of them as an Asian culture. And then they all of a sudden had black culture. And that's why I always thought Leonard Nimoy kind of looked half, like he was a half Asian type of guy, so I would think if you're going to develop these species, they should be kind of more one than the other, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I would say just watch Babylon 5. Like the first season of Babylon 5 did it really well.
The Andorians.
And they kind of took they took the Israel-Palestine conflict and used that with the Narn Centauri sort of. But
The Andorians though are all blue skin. The Orions are green skin.
Mhm.
I mean, the Tellarites are all kind of
well, they're pigs.
But this all feeds into that mentality. Why can't there be a black Andorian? Because you've shown them all being blue skin.
Right.
Well, why can't there be a black Klingon? Why? I don't understand why. It's a fictional character. You can do whatever you want. Because shut up. That's why not.
Well, Klingons are played by black people, but anyway.
Yeah, and they're played like white people, and they put the white people in brown face, and they put the black people in brown face.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But the original, I mean, they were more of almost looked Middle Eastern in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. With very.
Well, why can't Vulcans use swords? I mean, why can't they? Well, why can't there be a Native American with a bow and who uses a bow and arrow in the 24th century? I don't. Well, it's a fictional universe. You can do whatever you want. Shut up. That's why not.
Because anytime you force Earth stereotypes onto an alien, that actually is racist.
There you go. That's the best way of putting it, Mecca. That's exactly what I've been trying to say. It's almost racist to do that.
Well, Rosiko was a great example of that.
Oh my God, wasn't she? Wasn't she? Don't worry, because we found out, recently that it's because J.J. Abrams lost a bet that she was pretty much written out of the movie. That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
yes.
Oh, nice. Well, explain to me the circumstances of that. I haven't heard
So
that.
they try it blends into two different things. You got the guy from Lost that was on it. What's his name? The little English guy.
Dominic.
He was Dominic. He got the part because of a soccer bet, of a football, as some people will say. J.J. Abrams called him up and said if England beat Colombia, he would have a part. So he needed to fit him in. And then in that tone, because of that and all the things that were going on, he took away a little bit, even though he was barely in it. They decided to push back Rose Tico, and their excuse was with her that they wanted her to be a part of Leia's storyline.
Yeah, they wanted to tether her and anchor her to Leia, I heard.
Right.
No.
Yeah, they wanted to tether her to her so that Leia's storyline had somebody important in it.
Rosika wasn't important, and B, you only had so much footage, so you handicapped the Tico character into being stuck to whatever they had filmed of 8
minutes. 8 minutes of Leia.
What a fucking hipster thing to do to make a bet on soccer. I mean,
soccer. And they were going to give Rose a bigger part, and then they realized that I don't know what they realized. And it was they shoved him in there for no reason. So that stole 50 seconds of her screen time. It was all these little add-ons that JJ put in there. This is me more speculating now, but it's all those friends he has and all those little, now we're finding out bets that he had to give them lines and them things to do that took away from Rose Tico because
look at Carrie Russell. She shouldn't have even been in the movie. You only saw her eyes.
Come on. It's Felicity.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Carrie Russell, can you at least have her take the helmet off once? But no, you can't have anybody. I know, but you can't have anybody who upstage Raylo.
Well, look at what Rose Tico, they made her frumpy in the last, they make her frumpy. She's an attractive woman, and they make her frumpy as hell because again, Ray has to be the best looking one, of course.
Well, you can't have anybody look better than the audience too, in a lot of ways.
Right. Well, that's why Data's coming back bloated because we don't want to, make people feel, fat and ugly. So let's just make him a little fat and ugly because, it'll make people feel more oh, we can understand this character.
That's
totally
insulting to us as the audience.
Yes,
but I always use this picture for Ray this is the representation.
Look at all the diversity. Look at all the diversity in that picture.
Well, not only that these prom queens cannot feel like Ray is an unachievable goal for them.
Correct.
You can't have somebody who looks like Scarlett Johansson or Yvonne Strahovski or, a really drop-dead gorgeous beautiful woman. No, you've got to have a girl that kind of looks like a little boy, just so that the quote unquote uggos out there, because that's the boots they're wearing. I'm sorry, they put Ray in flat out in Ugg boots.
Yes.
So the uggos out there can go in and buy their little Target costumes and pretend to be Ray, so they don't feel like they're excluded. So they can have inclusion and representation.
That's a perfect way.
Now let's take a look. Okay, obviously, this is a child here,
and they're ugly.
They're small. I mean, but this second girl in line, she looks like she's works at an Ann Taylor or something or whatever.
Yeah,
she looks like maybe.
Well, this girl's a Macy's clerk.
Yeah, this one behind her, maybe she works at a Cumberland Farms or something. I don't know. This one back
girl,
here,
Daddy doesn't love her, and she's gonna be doing porn in like 2 minutes, and she probably cuts herself.
She already hooked up with like 3 guys there.
Yeah, because she's the prettiest one there, but she has some serious issues.
Yeah, this girl behind her. Yeah.
Girl behind her works at a Barnes and Noble, obviously.
Amy Farrah Fowler in training.
Yeah, this one's a librarian.
Amy Farrah Fowler.
Yeah, exactly.
Amy Farrah Fowler.
Exactly. There are no women of color. No. There's women of color. You have pale. You have white.
White is a color.
No, the best thing is they put like the one girl of color-ish in the second position. You know what I mean? Like the rest are pure like pasty white.
Oh, a lot of representation there.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Diversity.
Well, the Rose Tico, like the 6 of the girls who dressed up as Rose Tico are locked outside and they're trying to get in right now, but no one will open the door.
Scott, are you going to go to Star Wars Celebration?
I would like to. When is it exactly?
Is it in April or something?
It is in April. Are you guys all going?
I don't know. I would like to go.
No idea. I don't know if I can afford it.
Yeah, I'd like to go to meet up with everybody, but the idea of being there with everything that's happened with Star Wars is just not an appealing prospect. But I was saying about how that's. What a hipster thing to do, bet on a soccer game. I imagine J.J. Abrams would tell you, he goes, well, you just don't understand soccer. Oh, I'm sorry, football,
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you're an American. It's soccer. Okay. Okay.
You know what it's like? It reminds me, he reminds me of Elijah Wood. And I know that sounds really weird, but Elijah Wood, when he came back from filming Lord of the Rings, wanted to be like English. So everything he did was like, he loved Coldplay all of a sudden. He, he always wore vests. He had he would say mate, he had those, cause he hung out with all those younger guys who were all English. And it was like, JJ wants to be that hipster, European type of guy, betting on football, the foosball, and that's just
footy.
Oh man, it's like I gotta have all my friends in it, man. I gotta get all the guys in it. And Rose, you know what? And he hates Rian Johnson for what he did, so he's just like, oh, everybody likes Rose. I'm gonna make excuses not to put her in, and the best excuse is I'm gonna use a dead woman to defend it. You know what I mean? Like that is the worst thing I could think of.
Well, because she can't say anything now. She can't say anything. I mean, that's the thing.
No.
She takes the fall. She can't. She's not going to say no. That's not true.
Well, she doesn't say no. It's not true that she got attacked on social media. So would she ever even speak up about this?
Yeah, and that's the thing. She always avoids the question every time they ask her. She just avoids it. Doesn't say no, that didn't happen, or yes, it did. She said like, oh, well, I'm okay now. I got therapy because of being famous overnight.
Right. I think it's Good Morning America was the worst one. Because she almost says yes, but doesn't say yes. She's like, yeah, okay, but this is this. And you're like, wow. So in a way you did not deny that. So you just said, yes, this happened without saying it. So you can easily now back it off and say, I never said that, but she won't even do that.
No.
Oh, MacBox says, go easy on soccer. I'm a Sounders fan. Hey, work on getting a basketball team back in Seattle. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm in the New York area. And I ask myself, How does Seattle not have a basketball team? The Supersonics were
they were the best.
Guys. I mean, I never heard anybody complaining about getting traded to Seattle.
I mean, you had Peyton. I mean, you had a lot of great players on that Supersonics team.
Even going back to the 70s, Slick Watts, those guys. Oh God. I mean, come on. And then the freaking Starbucks guys moves them to Oklahoma City. I mean, that's a freaking travesty.
Right, I know. Oh, that made me sick.
Yeah, oh God. And the teams that would go out to play Seattle always spoke very highly. You got a great fan base out there. They're always loud, always energetic. So work on it. So work on getting the Sonics back.
Oh, what a great name too, the Supersonics. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh, Pearl Jam's first album is named after right there, Mookie Blaylock. I mean,
their original name is Mookie Blaylock.
Yeah. I knew you would know.
Oh yeah,
I knew you would know.
Oh, those Sonics teams in the '90s were great. Oh God, never good enough to win the whole thing, but they were really good. Seattle's getting
fun to watch.
Oh yeah, Seattle's getting an NHL team. They should have an NHL team because they got a natural rival with Vancouver. But okay, hopefully I'll be able to do a sports podcast with somebody. So, but anyway.
Dude, I'm there with you, man.
Dr. Jeremy, he's doing the sports channel thing.
Well, the Giants fired Pat Shurmur as anybody on the.
Come on.
We were talking about Star Wars just a little bit ago before you guys got onto sports ball. Here we go.
Yeah, I just tune out.
TLJ people, here's what we were waiting for. They're going to stay, and don't get me wrong, this movie is not doing that great, but it is going to do okay. But you can see already they're trying to pull this bullshit. And these are the people that are all pro TLJ, mind you. That's the
See, here's the thing, though. Remember how it was supposed to outsell the Avengers Endgame in ticket pre-sales? Why isn't it
pretty quick on that? Remember?
Yeah. Well, I know, but still, that was their big message. They're like, "Oh no, it's sold, it's sold," and then they knew we caught them in their little lie. So, by their standard, though, since they're comparing it to Endgame, why didn't this make Endgame money opening weekend? Why didn't this make half of Endgame money opening weekend? Why hasn't it made opening weekend Endgame money yet? It hasn't.
It won't. It dropped. No. It dropped. It didn't do as near a bad a drop as Last Jedi, and it also got lucky with Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas not being attached to the weekend, so it got almost a second weekend out of the whole deal. And it'll break $1 billion by the time it's said and done, but it's not going to do much more than that. Is basically what we're looking at now.
And this will be in Big Lots stores in 2 years or in a year, probably, the DVDs of this.
Well, it's not going to do nearly as well as the rest. Rob, do you got the story up here?
Not yet. Hold on.
From our favorite
Scotty Mendelson. Is that Scotty?
Yeah. Well, he's a pro TLJ person, so he's going to paint this that Rise of Skywalker's a loser because anybody who's pro TLJ is pissed at us because it's our fault this movie sucks, remember? And we're also not allowed.
I didn't write the movie.
I know, but I'm just saying in general.
Well, you know what? Maybe blame JJ. Maybe blame Bob Iger. Maybe blame Ryan Johnson for needing it to be rewritten. Hey, maybe.
Trust me, I'm on the same side here.
I'm ashamed to admit it. There's already the NHL.com already has a Seattle section up for the website, a team page. That's name for it yet.
Nobody cares, Rob.
I care, Rob. I care.
This sends us $5. Anything on Monday, Matt? Last few videos, tagging you guys on Star Wars Rise. Honestly,
Matt? Why the fuck? Why would you watch him?
I don't have time to really even bother with him.
I don't want to talk about mundane Matt. He's burned. Let's just say he's burned a lot of bridges, and that I just leave it there. So that's Adam Moore for $2. Okay, stay. Oh, because you live here. Yeah, and the Knicks suck. Knicks have sucked for 20 years. Tell me, Steve, you're gonna piss me off about to say the Knicks suck? No, I know the Knicks suck.
Yes,
you want to make me mad? You want to make me mad? I'm a fat guy. Tell me Popeye's fried chicken closed down.
See, I'm a Boston fan, but like right now, everyone calls you a freaking front runner because you live in the area. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep going that way.
You're by the casinos, right?
Yeah, I'm up near right near Mohegan Sun. Dox me. Not you.
No.
I'm just saying.
I didn't say,
No.
I didn't say which.
I'll tell you. I don't care. Come after me, people. I really don't care.
He's lonely. He wants people to show up. No,
I just want. If you're gonna come after me, at least sub me. Thank you.
bring yeah.
Oh man, I've come to realize though, when you guys are talking about this right here, this box office stuff, you really are now seeing who supported Ryan Johnson, who supports J.J. Abrams, and there's more Ryan Johnson supporters than I would have assumed.
Well,
he only made one movie.
Right, it's ridiculous, but yeah, he didn't. You're right.
That's the thing. That's the difference between Ryan Johnson and JJ. JJ also ruined Star Trek.
Yeah, but do you really think these people see it that way? You know what I mean?
No,
like he made money. He made money. He's a golden child still, even if this doesn't make the money they think. This will be considered probably one of his first fails. I mean, Lost ended that. A lot of people hated it. I didn't mind it. I called it years before, but whatever. Alias, all those shows that he ended, they ended with people kind of on a high note, but I feel like he left a lot of things unanswered. Star Trek went in and ruined it, but yet people went and saw it and paid for it. So like, this is like the first time people are really attacking him. So does he not have support? I think he has a lot of support.
Right, JJ, yeah, JJ can make you a quick buck, but it's a sugar high. That's the thing.
Oh, good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's a sugar. Yeah, okay, fine. Can you honestly tell me? Can you really remember what Khan's goal? Can you remember? Can you really tell me anything about the not Wrath of Khan, into Star Trek Into Darkness?
Don't shoot the missiles because there's people in there.
Let's see. Khan blood heals everything. You can transport to the moon.
Yes.
Let's see. Yes. The Enterprise is now submersive, and I didn't even see this. I didn't even see it.
Well, it's like also
across the galaxy. That's
you can transport across the galaxy. And I knew not to see it because 2009 Star Trek was just not Star Trek for me.
Well, again, JJ went, all right, we have the Enterprise. What can we do to make it 11? He just made a bigger Enterprise. You know, and it was like little Enterprise versus big Enterprise. I mean, the guy, he's a hack. He's a hack.
And they have this thing about ships in the atmosphere, these large ships in the atmosphere.
I call him a copy and paste director. He just copies one scene that he's already done, or for somebody smarter than him, without understanding the reason why it's there, the emotions attached to it, or anything other than it looks cool.
Yeah, he's all about the visual stimulation of, oh, this invokes some kind of emotion for me, so it's going to work on some kind of level for somebody else. But he doesn't really think about the fact that it's just an empty, soulless thing that he's doing. It has no emotional punch behind it. I mean, look at 9, for instance, Into Darkness. Especially Into Darkness. That last 30 minutes is supposed to be all this emotional roller coaster ride, and all it is just a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Even when he tells you he's Khan, was there any true, and you have one of I personally think a great actor. I mean, a great actor playing Khan, but yet there was no like, oh my God, it's Khan. It was just
exactly, but for what purpose?
Exactly.
There was no weight, not only in the movie, but in the audience. Either you have no fucking clue who Khan is anyway.
Right.
Or if you do, what makes you think that the audience is going to be with you on this ride once you've already lied to them in public?
Right.
And besides that this guy doesn't look anything like, sound anything like, act anything like the original Khan.
See, no. See, he's actually Sammy Khan.
Sammy Khan. They whitewashed him. I mean, if you really think about it.
Sam Khan, like he's a songwriter for Frank Sinatra. Sammy Khan. The late great Sammy Khan.
Sammy Khan, everyone. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, something's going on, chat here. It's not just Monday Matt attacking Midnight's Edge on Monday Matt, Rise of Skywalker. In fact, a ton of other that were Midnight's Edge's side now attacking Midnight's. I don't know what they're even attacking us on. What have we reported that was wrong?
I only attack them when they don't let me on restraint.
Right? We found out we were more.
They're attacking us because it makes them more noteworthy. This is why I've been deleting.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, nobody's been able. I even asked somebody before what we were wrong about, and the dude wasn't able to really give me a reason.
Somebody said I said the movie would flop, and I'm like, no, I was wrong because I said it was make $1 billion, and it hasn't yet. So
I know, they're putting words in everybody's mouth. Yeah,
that's the typical. That's the same thing when they barely.
That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
All right.
You said it wouldn't make $1 billion. I said we thought it wouldn't make $1 billion.
No, I said it would make $1 billion, and I was wrong.
I never once said it wouldn't make $1 billion. I just said if it didn't make $1 billion, that would be a big deal. But not once have I ever said that it would never make $1 billion.
One of the first streams I've been on with you, you said that. I mean that's obvious. You've said that it would make $1 billion. You just didn't think it was going to be that great of a movie. Like everyone thought it would make money, but it isn't. Like Mecca just said, it hasn't even made $1 billion yet.
It'll probably make about 1.5 billion when it's all said and done. It's lucky.
Bad movies make money all the time. It's
Lion
King.
King.
And I even made a video saying that in preparation for it not flopping. And then I put it up and I'm like, well, shit, I was wrong here. I thought it was going to do better than it did.
Lion King made a lot of money this year.
Watch our fucking videos. He
doesn't watch me. He just wants to piggyback off her name
and runs with them, and he does just as much damage than he does anything else. This is the same guy who was part of Gamergates, guys. Do you really think that he's all of a sudden just found fucking God or Jesus or something, and he's like this grand wizard?
No, he's out there trolling just to get people to go and click on his videos because that's the only time people click on his videos. He attacked me, and then he went from 1,000 views to 10,000 views.
Yeah,
that's all it was, and I didn't even make a video on it.
I've been after Mecca for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever.
It's because I haven't watched Black Panther yet, and I'm not going to. I'm never going to see Black Panther.
I watched. That's it.
Let me tell you, I watched Black Panther for the first time a few weeks ago. You're not missing a whole lot. It's not that good.
I know that. I could tell that by the trailer. And he says now his words were Mecca took Mahler's opinion. She's just using the opinions of people smarter than her, right? It's like no. I used Mahler's review to see the movie. Basically, because you saw everything that happened in the movie in his review. I saw the trailer to make my opinion of the movie. I didn't see it. It played on my birthday. Fuck that movie. I'm not going to see it on my birthday, first of all. It didn't look that good, and I'm never going to see it. And Mundane Matt can suck out of my asshole if he thinks that I'm going to make a video about him complaining about him, because I'm not. He's not going to use me to get famous. If he mentions my name ever again, I will file a restraining order and take legal actions against him because he is now attacking, harming, slandering me. If he says one more word about me ever again, I will proceed legally. And I know where he lives. He's in Washington or Oregon or something.
You know, it's the funny thing. I don't even know who this freaking guy is. I've heard his name 1,000 times. I've never watched anything he's done.
He's boring. Remember when Ghostbusters happened? Yeah, I used to suggest 3 Buck Theater and Midnight's Edge. I watched 1 3 Buck Theater. I'm like, who's this fat, doughy little bitch boy here? This guy in Midnight's Edge has a nice voice. Here, let's subscribe to him. Oh, the Norwegian guy's really cool too. Sure.
He did his thing. Everybody wants to know. Fine, I'll fucking say it. He did his thing. He got in trouble. He got caught, right? We didn't say a fucking word. We stayed completely silent. We had people badgering us in the chat all the damn time. And then fucking next thing you know, he's coming after us for no good fucking reason. So burn your fucking bridges. That's all he did. And then he's trying to flip around like he's like some fucking perfect person who's never done anything wrong. This is the same guy who was big part of fucking Gamergate and all this other bullshit and built his whole fucking channel on the hate of everything, including other people. But yet he wants to pretend that we're spreading so much hate just because we talk about movies and actors and actresses and fucking directors and shit like that. And
he's a drama channel. He starts drama with people.
That's all it is a bunch of drama.
Yeah, that's all he does. He doesn't have like an actual. He doesn't have that. See, like I don't have videos about people who are not in movies or making movies or producing.
Oh, we got his little buddies in the fucking chat. Who, whatever.
I don't care. They let him be in the chat.
Fucking reviewed it.
Actually, I have another Brie Larson video coming.
Not have a Black Panther review anywhere. Matt just wants to nitpick on everything.
No, I never reviewed it. I never watched it. I never watched Black Panther. I didn't review it. I made a video saying that I didn't.
Brie Larson brought it on her fucking self. Like, that's that 40-year-old people 40-year-old white men shouldn't go to her fucking movie. Okay, that was her dumbass fault. She fire shot first on her end. Okay, you little Matt fuckers, go away. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody about that. Go on.
Gamergate is misunderstood and slandered. Ex Morbius. I don't want to talk about Gamergate either. The whole thing about Gamergate
he built himself off the blood of Gamergate. So end of fucking story.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was a troll channel to begin with, and that's all he's doing now is trolling.
My issue with Gamergate.
He's just having a hard on right now because we're talking about him. So move on.
But this isn't the same. This isn't the same guy as the dime store Doomcock, is it? The Mad Max. They're two different people, right?
No, wannabe Doomcock's a different guy. No, this is the one we're talking about who flagged people's channels and struck them and actually legit hurt people.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, he actually legit hurt because he made a video where he's crying like a little bitch about his play button, getting his silver play button, because grown men do that, and that's what he did, and people made videos mocking, reacting to it, much like he used to do with the people he would attack. And he went out of his way to flag, strike people, destroy their channels, their livelihoods. Because, striking them means you can't stream for 3 months. And we know exactly who will be responsible if we get any strikes now anytime soon.
We don't shut up. So whatever. And if he wants to go after us, he's going to pick.
I dare him.
He's already started the wrong war. I've been nice to this point. So. $1.99. Don't mess with Mecca. She has I stayed out of it. I didn't say a fucking word to him until he went after her pretty much completely unprovoked. And Mecca has never said anything about Matt in public. So I don't know.
Not until now.
Yeah, and the same thing here. Until he went after her, I never said a goddamn thing either. And he made a lot of wild fucking accusations himself. So
what is that about Bolt's Trek and Professor Dinkles? Professor Dinkles is actually pretty funny.
Well, if somebody wants to give us any, I'll address anything if somebody wants to say we're wrong about something, but nobody's been able to say it yet. So I just know that
he's just attacking the channel for followings just so that they get their followers to go and click on his videos just to comment on them and comment negatively.
Yes, he just wants to talk about him. Let's quit talking about him.
Well, it's like SJWs. I'll bring it to that. They are people that attack people like us who don't like a movie because of plot. They attack us the same way they say we're attacking the film. They attack us as people. They attack us as like right. Like Brie Larson attacking. Look, I'm a 43-year-old white guy and I'm in a basement. Granted, I own this basement, but I'm in a basement. She attacked me, and then it's my fault that people don't like her. No, she attacked a whole section. Like I'm sorry. I'm going there. White males right now are the only demographic you can attack.
Yeah, that's the one that's acceptable to be racist.
It's acceptable, man. It's not
acceptable
fair.
Racism.
It is. It truly is.
Yeah, and I'm really sure that Brie Larson is crying into her fucking $5 million.
No, she's not.
All these. That's the thing is, she's not. She don't even give a shit about those people who are online defending her. She don't care. She doesn't know exist.
She doesn't. But she wants to
little bubble.
She wants to play people.
She has her forever community.
We started.
Oh, that
she has her forever community.
Oh my god!
Oh, we had the Brie Larson news.
What's that?
Yes, we used to be his friend, and when he went through his problems, we were his friends by staying silent, and we didn't attack him, and we didn't pull him down or say anything negative about him. And he decided to attack us for no reason. Why? Because he just wants to get clicks and pretend that he's against all the other people that he used to be fucking friends with. That's what he's doing. He's stabbing all his friends back in the story.
I won't stab you guys in the back. I won't do it unless it makes me rich and famous. I better be rich and famous. So Mecca, I just attack you and I get 10,000 views. I'm on it.
Yeah, 10,000 views is like $1.
I know, right? That's ridiculous.
Because everybody uses ad block, I assume.
And I have to say, I agree with you. Black Panther, I watched that movie and he was, Okay, so the Black Panther, Cheswick, whatever his name is, he was amazing in Civil War. I loved him in Civil War. I thought that was a great character, a lot of emotion. He looked powerful. When you got to this movie, it was like they took the idea of Afrocentric and tried to dial it up, and I just think it lost it should have been like a more, I don't know, it's MCU, so they won't go this way, but it could have been a more raw type of movie, a more like not so comic booky. I know that sounds stupid because it's a comic book, but they went like, very African with high technology, and everyone thought the kid in Creed played a great Killmonger. I didn't think he was that good. Like, I just didn't think it was a well done movie in general. But to be attacked because A, you didn't want to see it, and B, you were talking about something and were honest about it, I think that's stupid. Yeah, I think it's stupid.
I have a great clip if you want to play it, Tom.
I always say about Black Panther, you know what? They have all this advanced technology. Why are you using A, rhinos, and B, why is your army using spears?
Yes. These are the things that bother me in movies. Okay, you have a 12-year-old girl, maybe not, but 15 or 16, who can make anything. She's smarter than Tony Stark. She's smarter than Bruce Banner. Yet, they're riding these massive rhinos. Like, what is this all about?
Rhinos are an endangered species. You figure you want to protect them.
Yes.
Let's strap armor on them and let them send them into clear and present danger where they could get killed and possibly render the species extinct. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And let's make sure that this technically advanced, that could destroy the world pretty much culture. Well, let's leave it to a fight to consider who's going to run it. Like, it's just the whole plot was dumb. I'm sorry. It was dumb.
Mahler said it had a great thing. He says, if the flower, he calls it the flower power. If the flower power is so great, why not give everybody in Wakanda the flower power?
They could take over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, they could take over the world. That, you know what? That is I never even thought of that. That's fantastic. Mahler, man, that guy thinks of everything.
Mahler, let me tell you.
That's why he's Mahler, man.
Yeah, he really is.
Watching that 6 hours of The Last Jedi review is almost like attending a full 2 years of film school.
You know what? That is a perfect way of putting it, man. Like, I literally have listened to that probably like all the way through 8 times because I learn something new every time. And also I fall asleep because it's so long.
It's so relaxed. He's got such a soothing voice. I mean, geez.
Does it make me gay that I want to just have him talk to me all the time and maybe like, I don't know, like be my nighttime, like read comic books to me till I go to sleep?
Can we have Mahler replace Alexa? I mean,
that would be fantastic.
Mahler, narrate our lives.
Mahler, what's the weather outside? It's a balmy 32 degree. Like, he just has the best voice.
Stick your head out the window and find out yourself, you lazy bastard.
Well, if you must know, it's approximately 15 degrees Celsius or 55 degrees Fahrenheit. But why not just go outside for a walk, you lazy git? Yeah.
Adam Wolford sent us $2 for all the rhino milk. I don't know anything about rhino milk, but I do know about green tea.
Can't put the milk back in the booby.
Can't do it.
All right. Do we
that sums up The Last Jedi, really, though. You can't once The Last Jedi hit, you just can't put that milk back in the boob.
No.
Oh.
It's all over your face.
What were we talking about?
Yeah, it's just like that article that Andre did the editorial on that dropped about the whole you can't compare The Last Jedi to the Rise of Skywalker to The Last Jedi. And Rian Johnson had such a Rian Johnson did such a great job with all the loose ends that JJ left him after The Force Awakens and all that stupid shit. It's like, idiots.
That Nerdist article. Those Nerdist people are crazy.
Yeah. In the words of Jeremy, not a movie, it's a trilogy. Right. In other words, you're supposed to leave open ends, you dumb fucks. That's what's wrong with The Last Jedi, is that Rian Johnson pretty much sums it all up for you. He's the asshole that comes out of the movie and tells you how the third book ends before you get a chance to go see the movie yourself.
Yep.
So then in Rise of Skywalker, we have to get 2 movies in one, and it
Wait.
makes no sense at all.
Yeah, we get JJ's episode 8 and 9.
Truthfully, and it really can't even attach itself to 7. So it really is its own trilogy in one movie. It's
Oh,
So that's why it's all over the place. You got your little
It's-
love story. You've got your.
and you got
I fucking hate Star Wars.
I know, I love that.
That's my favorite thing. I bookmarked that.
That's your fan. Those are your fans. That's
Oh,
who
you
you
know what I wanted to say?
Here it is.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
Well, we do have some merch that goes along with that.
Oh.
No, I hate Star Wars.
If you guys spent the last year like we have been being taunted by all the Raylos and all the Lucasfilm employees drinking all of our fanboy tears, well, we can just give a little bit right back to them with our Raylo tears mugs.
Someone said recently. Here it is. Hold on. Wait for it, people. Wait for it. Hear that?
I'm Team Edward.
We won.
We won because they kissed.
What did you win?
And this is the moment I fell back in love with J.J. Abrams.
Like, I really worry about those girls.
There you go. Boo. No. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I love it.
Let me ask you, Scott. Let me ask you. What is it that they hate? Is it that now Rey has an identity and they can't see themselves in her? I mean, what is that?
I don't know. Like, they hate that she's actually, because they don't hate that she picked the name Skywalker. They don't even understand that. Okay,
No.
that's the one thing they don't understand.
That's what we're.
They hate that he died, I think.
That's what we're pissed about. Is that she's appropriating the name Skywalker without having
Right.
earned it?
Exactly.
Stolen valor.
I would have thought, exactly, perfect way to put it. I would have thought they would be happy that she took his last name to, memorialize him or some shit. Maybe they were pissed that he wasn't one of the Force ghosts at the end, like the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. I don't know. Mary, Mother, and everything.
No, they're just mad that Kylo.
They're mad about the
was
Skywalker
dead.
thing and the Raylo thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
But
bothers me,
and we were about the Skywalker thing, but the fact that he killed. I just that moment for me is just.
I just
And
know
that was
I have
one of the leaks too. That was one of the early leaks.
I'm a father of 2 young girls. I mean, very young, but I'm a father of 2 girls. And I seriously, if they were that age and got that excited that Raylo happened, that the kiss happened, I would think I failed as a father, because they would want to be in it's not just making the bad boy good. I mean, this was an abusive He killed her father figure, and 10 minutes later she was in I want to save him. Like, it's not even as bad as Bella and Edward. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not even close. It's 10 times worse. It's abuse. It's a dangerous relationship.
He reached through the Force to rip a necklace off of her chest.
Yes.
If somebody did that to me, I would be, you get out right now. That's abuse.
Testicles.
I mean, the first meeting they try to kill each other. So, I mean, you
got
got
to see each other. They try to kill each other.
Yes.
These
Or threaten to kill each other.
Fucking, I bet. Did we get this Adam Mulford super chat? I don't think we did. $2.
No.
EFAP meme asking why they were farming rhinos. I actually fell out of EFAP about halfway through, but otherwise that's probably why I missed that meme. Because sometimes those just go on way too long.
They go on too long. I can listen to about 5
I
minutes.
love them, but yeah, it's just after so many hours, I tune in and out here and there when I can.
But literally, I fall asleep to him.
We already talked about Mad Max, Eric Draven. I know you guys want us to talk about this stuff, and I understand where you're coming from, but they're just people who are trying to get clicks off our names.
Yeah.
So
But Mecca, show him the mug, though. Show him the mug. Now, a lot of people have said that we shouldn't stoop to their level, but I always say no. I'll stoop.
Once in a while, if why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't think I should go low, oh no, I can go low. I'm like, I can.
I mean, if it's good enough for them,
can you go Ray low?
See, if it's good enough for people who flat out work for Lucasfilm here. Now, where's my tweet? If it's good enough for the people who like Andy Gutierrez, who works for Lucasfilm. She works for Lucasfilm.
Yes.
Brian Young here. He is
yes,
the
they
official,
are fostering this environment.
Yes, this is their toxic fan base right here. Every single one of these are toxic fans. And they have the balls to call us toxic. Well, you know what? Fuck them. If they want to call me toxic, I'll make a buck off of them. Buy my Raylo Tears mug. Rob designed them, and we're using the money to go to Vegas.
Have you sold any?
I sold a couple. Yeah, sold a couple. Jesse Miller got one. Or no, he got the movies aren't mandatory mug.
Yeah.
I got a lot of them.
Show the black.
I gotta get your shirt, and I gotta get the And you can
see
do the black.
Oh, that one is dope.
The black one looks really nice.
That is awesome.
I tried to make it stand out on both black and white. So
that black one is fantastic.
This two families got screwed, Skywalker and Solo. Yeah, I know. And somebody told me, I haven't been able to find the interview yet. Was it you, Mecca, that told me, or somebody told me, where in JJ he actually slipped up and said Ray Solo.
Yeah,
he knows where I can get.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he said that they have sort of a brother-sister relationship, was what he said.
Yeah, but then he ended up calling. Well, no, I thought he actually called her Ray Solo accidentally on accident.
I don't remember. I haven't heard that, but I did hear the whole. Oh yes, they have a brother.
Maybe somebody else misrepresented it to me, or I misinterpreted.
I really thought. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, well, just Angry Joe pointed out. Yeah, okay, but actually, one of the early leaks was that Ray was supposed to be his sister.
Yeah,
well, I thought they were going to be half sister, half brother. They were going to make Han unfaithful to Leia.
Well, I think that was the original plan, is she was going to be his sister either way.
Right.
Because like a million times, it goes with what the story was supposed to be, it seems like. And then when you look at Han Solo, every time Ray says something like, "Oh, I've never seen so much green in all my life," he looks guilty as fuck.
Right.
Like he knows who this girl is, and he feels guilty for the fact that she's been living this life. So there's something there. But anyway, Namco's 10 pounds he sent us. Angry Joe pointed out something I forgot in TLJ. Anakin Luke's lightsaber was destroyed and was fine in ROS. Kylo's mask was remade, but not the lightsaber. I can't remember if you guys mentioned that. I think we did, or we did on one of the many podcasts that we talked on, and after the movie came out, I'm sure somebody brought that up.
Yeah, it was brought up. It was. I remember hearing you guys talk about it.
Most likely, because I think if you look at the lightsaber when it's in that one picture with Leia in Leia's hand, there's like tape going around the middle of it. It's really fucking dumb looking. So I think that they are insinuating that she fixed it.
She duct taped it together. Right.
Well, it's
space
like
tape. Space tape.
It's like, okay, if you look at Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, and then you look at it in that shot that it's sitting in Leia's hand, it's got like this weird strip of like tape type something around the middle, like right around the button.
It's probably whatever else she was holding, and then they CGI'd it out.
Could be, but it looked like, I was like, I never knew what that was at first, and then I'm like, now that that was brought up, I'm like, maybe that was some deleted scene or some shit. I don't know.
So wait a minute, that was the full lightsaber though. I thought it was only half of it. She and then she fixed it. I didn't realize it was
more. That dumb little art book explains Rey using force powers to put the crystal back.
Oh my god, she's amazing. She's so powerful.
She's so awesome.
Oh my god, I love it.
I fucking hate Star Wars.
Let me ask you, wouldn't it make much more sense though that Rey keeps the lightsaber?
There's a t-shirt for you, Mecca. I fucking hate Star Wars. Just some crying, screaming, blue-haired bitch.
Here's breaking news. Breaking news here. Raylos have discovered that the ending of The Rise of Skywalker was rushed out with reused footage from a different scene due to massive late rewrites. Here we go. This comes from Jeremy. I'm gonna copy this. So this is Jeremy's tweet.
Where is Matt Smith?
Here is okay. Well, here is the composite shot on Reddit.
As far as I know.
Here's the composite shot on Reddit, and here's the thread. Let me read it to you. How the final shot of The Rise of Skywalker wasn't even filmed, adding to the proof that Ben dying being done so late in the process. It's very clear that Ben was not meant to die. They did not have any footage of Rey actually mourning him properly, and footage of him actually falling to the ground, or even just a shot of Adam standing and smiling could have been used to make him a Force ghost. So, because of this lack of footage is so apparent, I was wondering why they have even filmed Daisy standing alone with BB-8 when it's clear Ben dying was never an option while filming. And then I realized they never did. The shot of Daisy standing in front of the twin suns is very clearly taken from the footage of her standing on Pasana waiting for the TIE fighter. Her left arm is in the same position. You can even tell they added the lightsaber she's holding. Her feet are in the same position. Her left foot is straight, but her right foot is turned away, not as straight.
Oh,
all right. So, and if you look at the composite on here,
can we get those two? Well, can we get those two?
I mean,
shots?
I can share the screen here if you want to look at it. And since it's they show the composite here, that it's the same thing.
No, because keep bringing it up in a different thing for me.
Scott, what do you think? Scott,
if you just want to focus on mine.
Scott, what do you think of the idea that Matt Smith's that the film was completely changed and Matt Smith's character was completely cut? Do you think there's any validity to that? I mean,
oh no, I do. I was looking forward to seeing him in this, and it makes sense to use him. He's a great actor. I believe they really did cut him out. The whole son of Morbius or son of Mortis. I always say Morbius. The son of Mortis. I think that would have been something different, a bigger bad, even though the normies wouldn't have known who he was. I learned about him because of the Clone Wars, but I don't know if he's in more EU stuff. But I really believe he was. Yeah, they filmed him. I mean, there was so much. It wasn't speculation. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. All right, I don't know. This is about as big as I can get it here.
Okay, they flip-flop the shot, or what's the deal here?
No, they just composited her and BB-8 on top of that footage where she's just standing there waiting for the TIE fighter.
Okay.
So you slide it over.
Oh, okay. So it's the same. Okay.
Oh my God!
Wow. I'm pretty much convinced that he used the footage of Finn from Force Awakens as well when he's jumping.
Yeah, Finn was running up and he puts his hands up.
He brings his hands up and then he brings them right back down right away before he even screams. That makes no sense.
Yep.
That is unbelievable.
But again, I want to say, how are we wrong now about all the reshoots and all that other bullshit? I want to know. I really want to know.
If anybody still questions that, they're stupid. I'm sorry. I mean, J.J. Abrams admitted they just stopped filming 2 weeks prior, not even 2 weeks prior to the movie being released. So how do even people question you guys? You guys were right. Take a bow. Literally.
Well, it's only a matter of proving about Matt Smith being right, you know?
Matt Smith was a definite. I'm sorry.
Maybe we should do something. Maybe we should do t-shirt justice for Matt Smith.
I think I'm with you, man.
Release the Matt Smith cut.
Yeah, I want to see that, man. He's such a good actor.
Oh, him playing a bad guy? Yes.
Oh my God, it'd be perfect. Perfect.
Shout out $1. I was going to watch The Rise of Skywalker. Rots. Yeah. Star Wars rot. Yeah. Just to see Matt Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was one of the biggest reasons I was looking forward to seeing, because, speculation he was going to be a young Palpatine or an acolyte of Palpatine and he gets possessed. But no matter what he was going to be, I believe he was in this film and they cut him out because of, inner conflict, people not thinking, too many, hands in the cookie jar, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you why I like another movie. He's a toxic male.
This just further proves my theory that JJ is a copy and paste director. He's copy and pasting his own scenes in his own movies.
I mean, yeah, insert the Enterprise here when they're coming out of the water or the ice.
Yes. That was my first thought, and I didn't even see that one.
I didn't notice this. Rude Artist sent us $4.99. Talk about Rey's two left hands when she lays down Luke and Leia's lightsaber at the end. The other hand was originally Kylo's.
Oh, no way.
I wonder if that's true.
I'm gonna go look at that right now. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Let me find it. Let me find it.
That is unbelievable.
Well, I thought I hear I had like 2 other videos, like a Picard and a Captain Marvel.
But no, I mean, it just, and the only thing that people have really been able to come to task with Doomcock and us at, and that's one thing that Boulder Boy has been trying to come after us at, is there was no test screenings. Bullshit.
No, he said he said no. This is them making up that it was public. This is them filling in a blank that we never said. Like, no, they flat out said they showed it to friends and family. That is a test screening. Literally, that is the definition of a test.
What makes it worse? If take them by their words. If that's the case, then that means the leaks are coming from your friends and fucking family, which means they hate the movie too.
Unbelievable.
It's a side-by-side shot there, Mecca, of that composite shot.
Yeah, and we got, while you guys are doing that, Scrabbage $1.99. Yesterday at my theater, no one clapped at the end. Yeah, that's what's funny about that reaction in the one clip that we keep playing with the I fucking hate Star Wars. Nobody reacted to anything in the screening I was at, and it was fairly full. It wasn't packed, but it was full. And the only time I really remember a laugh was when everybody looked back at 3PO, and then he looks behind himself. And when he goes, "Hi, I am 3PO. Hi, human cyborg relations." "Oh, I'm Berber Fisk," or whatever fuck his name is. Everybody laughed at that. Yeah, those are the only 2 parts that anybody really laughed at. Rude Artist says it's all true. It's all true. There's a picture. While we're looking for it.
I'm watching it live right now. I'll try to do a print screen or something, but
who's live with it?
I'm watching the actual, not live, excuse me. I'm watching, my friend online has it.
Oh, okay. So you didn't upload it or download it?
No, God, no. God, no.
I'm starting to hashtag.
There's links to it. You can just watch it like a YouTube video anymore.
Well, yeah, I didn't upload or download anything. I did not pirate it.
Matt G says test screenings had been going on since December 19th. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we had no. That's the thing with test screenings is, I mean, even when you go to those, a lot of times everybody signs an NDA, so they can't even really say that they've been to one, or you can face like not jail time, but you can get sued by Disney or whoever, and all kinds of other shit you want to bring on yourself.
Exactly. Well, and look at who or how they were sending screenshots out from the premiere.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I've never, ever seen that happen before. The only time I can think of anything remotely close to it was the time that Mark Ruffalo forgot to turn his phone off from streaming, and he ended up getting the first 10 minutes of audio from Thor Ragnarok. And that was
holy crap, it is 2 left hands for a split second.
Okay.
First, I don't know if I can catch it, but it's like a split second.
Do a Windows print screen and then you can edit it.
Yeah, while you guys are trying to get that, Sid Mead died. I don't know if you guys recognize his name or not.
Neil Innes died though.
Baba Boo.
I know.
And Neil Innes died as well. So we'll talk about those guys here in a few minutes. Did you guys find a picture yet? Somebody said there was a picture out there.
Waiting for
all right, I'll have to look for it again because I can't. It's so quick. This moment in the movie, right there. Maybe. Okay, hold on. Let me print screen that. I'm actually gonna have to send it to myself because that was on my phone. So just give me a minute. Keep talking, and tell me if this.
But if that's true, then that supports the recent Reddit thing that Jeremy posted too. Then, on top of everything else,
I'm getting something from comicbook.com. Season 2 of The Mandalorian will have several characters from the Skywalker saga.
Yep.
What?
I'm not exactly sure.
Yep. Oh yeah, we also have they're casting Luke Skywalker now.
Well, when asked about Fett's potential return in a past interview, Dave Filoni said there's always possibilities. I don't like to limit our storytelling in any way, and who knows, he said. It would be really hypocritical for the guy who helped to bring Darth Maul back to life after he got cut in half for me to say somebody can't survive the Sarlacc pit. But I don't know. I mean, anything's possible in Star Wars, and I think when fans love something, that's what really fuels the possibility of the believability. So who knows? But right now we got Mando.
I hate that they call him Mando.
Rob Iger was behind the leaks. Rob Iger, but Oh well, some people are
Hold on.
saying that they think it might be George Lucas too.
Several familiar faces from the Star Wars 9-episode Skywalker saga will make an appearance from the second season of The Mandalorian, according to insiders close to deadline. Premiere season of the first live-action Star Wars series ended with the armored bounty hunter Din Djarin. I think it's how I pronounce it. Pedro Pascal sworn. Din Djarin, yeah. Sworn protected a highly valued targeted asset known as the Child, or Baby Yoda, parting ways with allies Cara Dune and Grief Karga before setting off to reunite the 50-year-old foundling with its kind somewhere in the galaxy. The report doesn't specify which of the film's several established characters will be appearing in the sophomore season of The Mandalorian, but its season 1 finale redemption involve the armorer, Emily Swallow, phrasing, referencing the mostly eradicated Jedi, because The Mandalorian is set 5 years post Return of the Jedi. It's possible Din connects with Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill, whose newly erected Jedi temple, phrasing, won't be destroyed until 6 years before the events of The Force Awakens. Other possibilities include Force-sensitive, centuries-old pirate queen Maz Kanata, a recurring player Disney Lucasfilm trilogy, yada, Return Boba Fett, yada, yada. Yada. Okay, nobody cares. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to definitely bring back Boba Fett, probably. You know, besides that reference that he's talking about, unless somebody asked. But
they'll bring it back. Kathleen Kennedy will make Boba Fett a woman and call her Booba Fett.
Boba Fett. Well, we already know he was, unless he changed things.
Boba Fett is a toxic man. I will have none of that in this series.
And go back, I swear to God, when we first started talking about the Obi-Wan series, what did I say? They're going to have some snot-nosed kid Luke.
Yep.
Yes,
No, it's going to be right before the events of A New Hope.
It can't be.
It will be. Look at the comic book article.
They found the one way to fuck this up, didn't they?
Yep. And then that's just going to lead it wide open for them to reboot it. Here, I just did a video on it. Where's the comicbook.com article?
I get it that what's his face is Ewan McGregor is probably close to the age that Alec Guinness was when they made Star Wars, but that's not the point. You have to set this at least 10 or so years off. He does not look enough like him or anything like that. He's close enough, but it's just I don't do that. That's fucking dumb.
Here's the article.
How are they even close enough? I don't even. He looks like he's a 90 compared to, Ewan McGregor. It's so weird to me. All right, I sent it to you, Tom. I DM'd it to you. I'm having problems opening it, so I sent you the picture of the screenshot. If you look at it, it does look like. I think this is the one they're talking about. It looks like. The hand on the right is a left hand, and the hand on the left is a left hand. It's hard to tell. You see what I'm saying? Like the one looks like Ray on the right with a left hand, but that other one looks like a left hand, and that's the best shot I can get.
That is two fucking left hands.
Can you send me the picture? Or can you screenshot it?
I'm trying to here. Yeah.
It's not the best. It's off my phone. So
I just got everything so fucking all over the place here. There.
DM that to me if you can.
That's the thumb right there. Okay.
I'll send it to you right now. So you see, like that's the left hand, man.
This way, and then that's another left hand right here.
Oh
my God.
Yes.
My God.
Holy yes. Got like 7 hearts otherwise.
Yes. Breaking.
Oh my God.
That is ridiculous.
Copy and paste bullshit. Hack director J.J. Abrams. You're bullshit.
Oh, I can't message you. All right.
I'll share it on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I have my DMs closed because of all that.
Oh, no. Understandable. I can imagine why.
You're a toxic man to point this out. Ray could have 2 left hands if she wanted to. She's perfect in every way.
Maybe she could have 2 breasts and some hips and an ass, too.
She'll have 4 breasts if I want her to. She's the embodiment of every woman, just like me, Kathleen.
There was a picture on Twitter of Daisy Ridley and her sisters in bikinis, and I'm like, oh, Oh.
Yeah, it's something. I'm like,
Oh.
looking at that picture, I'm like, I wasn't sure now, but I think I'm gonna want to go gay after that.
Thanks, Daisy Ridley.
Well, it's like did Brie Larson get a boob job?
Yes, she did.
She definitely did. That wasn't taped up. Those were new, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And she got a nose job, and she got her eyes tucked, and she got her cheekbones.
Chin done. Her chin was
done.
like, yeah.
She's had, yeah. Remember what Chris Rock said? Fake boobs, fake ass, fake hair color. Your whole existence is a lie.
She looks like Marsha Brady now, but whatever. Like a whorish Marsha Brady, you know, like
like the bad attitude Marsha Brady. Like if Marsha Brady were a mean girl.
Yeah.
We had Captain Marvel news. Sorry, Captain Marvel Valkyrie shippers, not gonna happen. Boo-hoo.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Of course, Granny Victoria Alonso says that, but I mean, she's really like somebody's grandma wandered on the set one day and they said, "Oh, give her a cup of coffee," and then she handed it to somebody else, and then they assumed she was a producer.
Victoria Alonso's an idiot. I've heard interviews.
Have you heard her? Oh, maybe it should be X-Women.
And please, for the love of God, do not think about turning Marvel Studios over to her.
Oh God, Kathleen Kennedy just met.
You want to assure that the Phantom Menace keeps going? You want.
Please put Victoria Alonso in charge.
Oh my God, we would have stuff for forever.
She's literally like a little old lady on the React channel, you know, like they're the elders react, and she's that little old lady who's never heard of like a VR game before.
Where's the beef?
She seems sweet, and I'm happy that, you know, a woman of Latina descent is in that kind of power at a big Hollywood studio. But
she's a fucking moron.
But like I said, she's like somebody's granny just wandered on set.
Could I just say, Mind Hunger, the guy with the bacon, said the Orville is Star Trek with bacon. And
yeah, I missed that. That is so awesome.
Well, Victoria, where do they find these people? Where do they find
diversity hire? Probably. I mean, what's she qualified from?
Where do we know where they found Kathleen Kennedy? She got Spielberg.
She's a diversity hired.
Where the fuck do they find Victoria Alonso?
Oh my God.
I don't know, but my mom needs a job. Can she have a job? She knows about as much.
Victoria Alonso, Gail Simone, and they're all cut from the same cloth.
Yep. We got the crazy cat lady down the road. She might need a job. This is ridiculous.
God, it's unreal. I mean, these are the people that are guiding pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't even know the term pop culture. That's the sad thing. They don't even know what that means.
I like popcorn.
Is that like anything like soda? Is that like, you know?
I like
yogurt.
And I like popcorn, and I like stuff.
It's like jelly wristbands and tight rolled pants, isn't it?
Lightsaber.
Oh my God, juicy fruit's gonna get you.
Oh my God, I want a lightsaber.
Is there still chance that she is going to be in a Star Wars film?
I am totally gonna be the Star Wars.
If there's a just and loving God, not allow this to happen.
All I know is I want to hear KK offer her the role, because your KK and Tom's freaking, I like to call Captain Marvel. I want to hear that.
I need a lightsaber.
Brie Larson, I have the perfect role for you. It's a Ahsoka Tano in the new Star Wars movie.
I said what?
Ahsoka, she's a fan favorite.
I don't like doing movies where I have to get wet.
Oh, but this is perfect for you.
Ahsoka Towel? I don't want to do that. I want to be in the Star Wars. Can I be in Star Wars?
That's what I'm offering you. A chance to be in Star Wars without any toxic men.
Oh, we can't have that.
No, there'll be no toxic men in this Star Wars movie. Just you.
Make sure that no 40-year-old white dudes are on the set.
No, and you'll be the bestest Jedi ever.
Ahsoka Tall.
Yes, Ahsoka Tall. Ahsoka Tall. Yes, that's who she thinks it is.
That's you guys need to do a video about that.
She's
That would
very
be perfect.
pretty. She looks like a creamsicle.
You almost killed me.
I want a creamsicle. Now I want a creamsicle.
Oh,
Creamsicle.
oh, Brie, honey, you can't have a creamsicle. You've got to watch your figure. You don't want to have a big caboose like those other girls.
I got lots of figures. See, here's Captain Marvel. Here's Ian Kong. And here's another cap. Here's me in Endgame Captain Marvel. I got short hair.
CGI'd.
It's a metaphor.
Well, her freaking hair was CGI'd. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that just sums it all up.
So when do I get to be Ahsoka Tall? Do I get a pink lightsaber?
She would have a pink lightsaber.
She definitely would. She definitely would. My best friend had a purple one, so I want a pink one.
Does Ahsoka Tall ride a unicorn? I think we should make Ahsoka Tall ride a unicorn, and she's like saving everybody, kind of like Captain Marvel is.
Oh shit! Oh,
You know
my
that
God.
that first picture of her with Kevin Feige. I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. Oh, yeah, maybe she'll be pretty good." Nope.
I can't lie. He is. I can't lie. I actually was excited to see what she could do.
Yeah.
You know, and she
I
just
can
can't.
stand on my head. That's what I can do.
Like she cannot even even when she's trying to be sarcastic in Endgame with Peter Parker, like with that little she can't even do that right. She just comes off as a snotty bitch.
He's not a 40-year-old white dude, but I would so eat him alive.
Well, wasn't that the plan for the next Captain Marvel movie to have Spider-Man in it to more humanize her? And
I have to save the little boy. Helpless. He needs like a mommy figure.
but he has one.
His mommy figure is a slut.
Oh, I found the Victoria Alonso clip. Here's Victoria Alonso.
He needs a good wholesome mommy figure like me, who's a metaphor.
So yeah, this is the person who's like, yeah. This is what we're
That's
talking
just
about.
a perfect face.
I know. So he's asking about the X-Men in this interview.
I don't know where the future is going. It's funny that people call it the X-Men. There's a lot of female.
I fucking told you people. Nobody fucking listen to me. They said, oh, they won't do that. They won't do that. What the fuck did I tell you? My people were telling me. They won't let you call it X-Men.
There's more. There's more.
I don't
Sorry
know.
for everybody.
We'll see. They just now have joined. They actually have a movie coming out very soon, which is under that banner is their last film. So we'll see what what time will tell.
I can't wait to be here interviewing you, hopefully.
Oh, somewhere on there she says let's call it X-Women.
What did I tell you guys? What the fuck? And even Andre said, I don't believe that.
She looks like Smeagol in that shot.
I said they are trying to avoid to use the term X-Men. They're going to call them the fucking mutants. You watch or something else. It's not going to be
people.
X-peoples.
With vaginas.
Baba Booey.
Vagina.
Not sure if they're 40-year-old white lightsabers. Brie might not be able to play her.
I don't want any 40-year-old white dudes near me on the set. They make me sick.
Oh, we got a lot of different X them, X they, X-Men say it be. X
No,
people.
I've heard, my people told me they were only allowed to refer to the X-Men as the mutants.
That is ridiculous. And can I say something really quick? I want people. So if anybody out there is a person, shoot me a DM.
And I apologize for screaming in everybody's ear there.
No, that was fantastic.
Like, I fucking knew it. I told everybody, and everybody said, "Oh no, they won't drop the X-Men name. Just watch." Just
Sci-Fi Horizon X Fluid.
X Squad, X Force.
Well, X Force is something that I have heard thrown around, but that was because that was supposed to be Deadpool 3.
Frack off Felger crab or carb X before Y.
Yeah, the XY gender thing. Yeah.
X Factor. I mean, that was always a big thing, The original X-Men.
Mine hunger's on fire tonight. X drop down list of 23 genders. There's 72.
There's 72, yeah.
There's 72. You got it.
Oh my god.
There's even more. I mean, come on. I mean, we know that they're more than just men in the X-Men. We've had this art.
We've talked about it with me. I haven't been on many of these streams, and we've talked about this. It's fucking ridiculous. Excuse my language.
No, totally. You're fine because I swear all the time anyway.
Okay, good. What the fuck?
Born that way.
Yeah, I did a video on this in June with that Victoria Alonso thing.
I remember seeing that because that's the only time I saw that clip was on your video. And the minute I saw her with that little fucking smile at the end where she's talking about X people, X chromosomes, whatever, she completely looks like Smeagol, like my precious. Like she had that look. Oh, it's like
movie. Triple X-Men.
They already have it. I showed the porn star Jean Grey. Lacey Lennon, she plays Jean Grey. So I will never see Rob again.
XY men.
No, she's in the Captain Marvel porn movie.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah, they call them the X as an EX men. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you guys, I had a couple people say the same thing. Yeah, we're not allowed to call them X-Men. Like, what the fuck you mean? No, we're only allowed to call them mutants.
Oh my god.
I'm like, seriously, they're even making the writers and people like that do that? And you're telling me that they're not gonna drop the X-Men name at some point? Watch, sooner or later, in the next few months, they're gonna change the name of the comic. You watch.
You know what's funny about this video that we pulled it from? This Nuke the Fridge channel has 10,000 views on it, and they have this exclusive interview with her. Now, these are what I would call access media because they got to interview her. They're on their little press junket. It has 35 thumbs up and 1.1 thousand thumbs down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Let's see if I can bring this up here.
Wow.
Here I can screen
That's
share.
very
Yeah. 35 up, 1,000 down.
I got
Wait a minute. 35 up?
35.
35. Yes. Only 35.
Holy crap. I thought you were wow, I really misheard what you said. 30. I can count that high.
Yeah. 35.
That's ridiculous.
Without even having to take your shoes off, right?
Less
exactly.
like about Brie Larson's age. 35. 1,100 down.
Wow. I mean, that just goes to show you these people live in a bubble. They live in a bubble that's called Hollywood, and they really believe their own shit. And it's unbelievable to me. Like, they don't realize there is a whole world out there that hates what they're doing. And yes, some of the loudest people are the ones that agree with them, but they need to like look elsewhere and see that no one wants this shit they're making. Everybody wants the classic. Yes, you could take it to a different level. You could change it up a little bit, but we don't want you rewriting the history, as people call it, the mythos that we grew up with. This is our Greek gods, our Roman gods. This is our Valkyrie. This is all of that. And you're destroying it. You're changing it. And it's not cool, man.
To be fair, now I have not heard anything negative as far as anything being done to any characters or anything like that. I don't even think they're that far along.
But how far they can survive on pop figures though? That's what they're appealing to, are the people who just buy the pop figures and a jacket at Hot Topic to cosplay as the character with like a windbreaker. How far can these businesses survive on that without comic sales, without other merch sales?
Not very long. It's not sustainable. And what I have heard is that they are going to, there is an article out there, and there's definitely, I think Jeremy might have done a video on it, that they're thinking about making both Magneto and Professor X black.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Just for the sake of
I
it.
have not heard anything about that. Like I was just going to say, I've heard from everything I've heard, I've not heard anything negative come out of like, anything they're possibly doing to any characters or storyline, anything like that. The only thing I've heard, for some reason, they're not allowed to use the word X-Men. They have to refer to them as mutants. And it has basically, the way I got it from the inclination was it had everything to do with the male persuasion inclination in the name, like the pointing out. So that almost basically it doesn't confirm it, but it sure does.
Hints a little stronger. Just one more arrow in that direction.
In that direction, thank you. Yeah.
Well, look at Better Pulp Than Literary says it really well. I'm guessing he means Disney. Dis paid billions for the X-Men branding, and now some ideologue will trash it like Luke Skywalker. So you pay all this money for X-Men, and you're going to then just call them mutants. Like, that makes no sense to me.
Matthew Sturgis, and to think I was excited about Disney acquisition. Now we might get the woke men. God help us all. Yeah.
I didn't say that. Like I said, I never got any inclination, all the thing. It was just the fact that around the office, they aren't allowed to call them X-Men. But that they'll end up coming up, like, you got New Mutants and stuff like that as name. There's other names that they can hide behind.
Right, but that's what you have heard is just not X-Men, it's mutants.
There you have to refer to them as mutants, not X-Men.
I don't want to call them the X-Men. I don't want to call them the X-Men. You got to call them the mutants from now on. Oh, yes. No, X-Men not here. X-Men not here. Mutants now. Mutants
There's plenty of women in there too.
No X-Men.
Always bring up, that's when the X-Men come up, is when we bring up the strong comic book female characters, when they try to throw Captain Marvel status. It's like, you have a buttload of them in the X-Men. You have some of the most well-known female characters after, like, because I'd sit there and say, okay, the top female characters of all time, you got Wonder Woman, then you probably got Catwoman in there, and then the X-Men characters, right?
Yeah.
And then Supergirl and a few other ones slide in there after a bit. But you can name off, I can rattle off probably 5 X-women right now.
You got
Rogue. Rogue. There's so many well-known, Jubilee. I can even come up with a few more.
Jean Grey. I mean, just keep going. We can go on. We could really go for a while with this because they are predominant. And the thing that kills me is you want to change the name because, there's people, but think about it. The X-Men, what are they based on? They're based on like the idea of racial equality, about prejudice, about all these different things. And they're not getting that. What they just see is the name.
They just basically got handed a gift, and they're going to probably ruin it by trying to make it. I get where people are coming from and are worried. I hope that it's just a minor thing in the office, and we can trust in Feige, and he's not going to let anything happen.
Right.
Precious X-Men.
We'll see. But just remember that the X-Men were formed because of what was going on in America at that time. And the X-Men were talking about, prejudice and people's racist views on people that were different than them. So like, to just change the name for the sake of changing the name, you're doing a disservice to what, Stan Lee and all those great men made these characters to be. All these artists took the time to make them who they are. And it just aggravates the crap out of me. It's like, we're going to totally change it because it's so like, it's like against what we believe. But what it's talking about is a woke idea. I mean, it truly is. X-Men are woke. It's a woke idea, but it was done so well.
Right. They're taking it too literally because,
exactly. Good way of putting it. They're taking it too literally.
And, Professor X were already allegories for Martin Luther King and Malcolm.
Oh yeah, Malcolm X.
So the fact that they were going to almost literally take it to the next level
His racist.
It's racist.
Well,
Exactly.
in a way, it is. It's like race pandering, and I don't know how to. I don't think there's a word for it yet, but
Well, they're trying to genderify it when it already is talking about something completely different. Like, don't worry about the gender, worry about what they're talking about. And they're talking about prejudice, and they're talking about the different views of, trying to fight that with love or trying to fight that with force. And that's what the X-Men were created to do. And if they do change these characters, you're taking a Jewish Holocaust survivor and just switching them to an African-American guy because you think that's the right thing to do right now. And it makes no sense. Like it was made for this. Like the X-Men were made for this time we're going through right now without even having to change them. And they're going to change them.
I mean, I hope they don't. Like I said, I haven't heard anything internally outside of that. And that's, been other people's reporting. I'd never heard that from anybody outside of that. Most of the stuff I've heard has been more about Blade. And I've already talked about a lot of that. So, I mean, and all I really got from that is they're still trying to work with Wesley Snipes in some way. And they're going to do a hard PG-13 as hard as they can. And it's going to tie into this darker universe that's going to kick off in Doctor Strange's second film.
Oh, is it really? Oh, I didn't know that. I now they're bringing Morbius in and all that.
Well, that's going to be in Spider-Man on that side. But I don't know how connect up yet either, because now they, supposedly Sony and them have their little deal now too, and we don't know the specifics of how that's working out.
Well, speaking of Sony, Tom, while you were having this discussion, I found out that Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams is available for free on Crackle.
Ooh!
Oh, what a great!
Behind me.
Nice. That's actually Sony. That's actually Sony production. So,
yeah, Columbia. They did a couple movies with Columbia. They did, I think, 2 or 3 of them with Columbia.
All the movies were done by different studios.
Well, yeah, Paramount did Up in Smoke, and then Universal they did Next Movie, and then they went to Columbia for Nice Dreams and Things Are Tough All Over. And they came back to Paramount for. I don't remember the exact order offhand, but it was something like that.
I say these Cheech and Chong fellas are awful racy. I think we get them to change their shtick a little bit. Yeah, maybe instead of the drugs, we can have them eat cornflakes. Yeah, let's take it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Chris Neville brings this up. Morbius will be a Sony film. That's what I was trying to say. But see, here's the thing with the new deal they have. We've been hearing, rumors that they're working even closer together, because that was the whole thing, is Sony wanted their movies to be legitimized by the Marvel Universe. That was their big hang up. So they wanted their Venom, their Morbius, and all that shit to actually be in the Marvel Universe.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Because, I knew it was supposed to be a Sony one, but now that they have this deal, we don't know what exactly. I don't know the
specifics yet. Yeah.
Okay.
But at least, okay, I might be misinterpreting that as a point of they wanted to be able to use Tom Holland in their movies as well, hence connecting them to the Marvel Universe.
Now they're called.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying,
go ahead, man.
Bad guy in the next Spider-Man movie. I mean, geez, and come on.
Right, well, it just guarantees us a cameo in like Morbius and Venom 2 from Tom Holland, I bet.
And they're going to be considering that the Venom verse, right? Like that's what
where the waters are muddied now. I don't know what the new deal entails, other than the 2 movies. Other than the 2 movies, the other big deal was supposedly, I think that one article say that Feige was supposed to help them oversee the other Spider-Verse movies over there too, something like that.
Well, that was a big part of it. They wanted him to still be a part of that, because that was something we didn't know about until this deal started breaking apart, that he was working on those with him, right? That he was working on the Sony films.
Yeah. As far as they knew that, because there was that rumor, and then they confirmed it that he had worked on Venom and shit. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he actually came in and gave him some pointers and a few other things for Venom, I guess.
You got to say, you don't know exactly the direction he's going to take the MCU. There has been some signs of him going like more woke and stuff, but for the decade he has been doing it, that man has been 100%. Like he has hit the nail on the head. Even with Captain Marvel, it made the money. Okay, whatever. But even with their flops, they have done a great job weaving and putting their way through this whole saga, if you will, of Marvel movies. It's pretty impressive what he has done.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take that away from him. And even if you dislike Captain Marvel till no end, I mean, you can't take away what he's built to this point. And between Bob Iger's book and everything we know, I'm not totally sure that Feige was, completely on board with this whole woke direction to begin with.
Right.
It sounds like it was more Bob Iger's push. It sounds like he was doing it just to get Ike Perlmutter out of the way and get his Black Panther movie made. It didn't really seem like, in the book at least, and a few other places, that, I mean, Feige was as caught up into Captain Marvel until it was the thing they were doing. You know what I mean?
Yes. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
I'm hoping so. And then with her and Endgame barely being in the movie, I think that was a sign that they realized that the fans didn't really connect with this character. And I'm sure that the toy sales show that and everything like that. Because every time I go to Walmart, I see a shit ton of Captain Marvel shit on clearance still.
So now let me ask you this: like, I see,
I had an article on that.
Oh God, yeah.
Slithering
Peanut said to me, Feige is a great repurposer. Do you see it? He says adapt some of the most famous comic book stories extremely well. Do you see him as just a repurposer, or do you see him more than that?
Oh, I see a little different, because you can look at, especially if you know anything about the Marvel universe, like Rob, you know what I'm saying here. Like, look at like Captain America, all the 3 movies. They're amazing fucking movies. You and I talk about how great they are all the time.
Oh God, yeah.
Especially the first one that we say never gets enough credit. That's close to what Captain America is, but it's not the exact same thing. But he changed it in a way that worked. He didn't go to like this extreme to go, well, we're just going to make him a transgendered midget now.
Right.
You know, or like that, just because, it actually has the changes make sense. And, I think you brought up Watchmen earlier.
Yes.
That's a few Zack Snyder movies I actually like, besides Dawn of the Dead, surprisingly. And of course, I 300's all right and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the thing with Watchmen is, outside of his little Snyderisms that are in the movie, it's not a bad adaptation.
Not at all.
And I think they actually fixed the problems with the ending that I had with the original graphic novel. Now, mind you, that graphic novel is my favorite graphic novel of all time.
It's an amazing one. I mean,
I still feel like there's an issue with that ending, and they fixed it in that movie. It makes more sense the way it plays out at the end of the movie than it does in the comic book.
Well, what's your issue with it? Is it because of what he did?
Yeah, well, the whole alien thing and the way it plays out, and then like it makes more sense to make what's his face, the bad guy, blue dude, name just escaped.
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan, yeah. It makes sense to make him like, and he even says it himself as the character in the movie. He's like, I get it. I know what he's doing. He's bringing world peace, and this is the only way he can.
Yes.
And it makes sense in the original comic too, but I think it ties it all together better, especially with the way Rorschach is like, how the fuck can you guys all be accepting of this shit?
Right.
Just like that whole, it impacts that a little bit more as his character, to where with the alien, you kind of have a harder time understanding where Rorschach is coming from. You do, but you're also like, well, it's an alien thing. It's like
right. No, that's a good way. I didn't think of it that way. I mean, I think Rorschach.
I think the big moment is when Rorschach basically says, "I'm not going to do this," and then Night Owl basically is telling him, this is what this is the right thing and all that kind of shit. And he's like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
Yep. I love that. What's that guy's name again? You guys said it last time I was on. That played Rorschach. Also, Freddy.
Jackie Earl Haley.
I love him. He's so
actually
good.
The original Bad News Bears.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. He was the hitter, and Kelly Lee. Yeah.
Riding around on the motorcycle.
He was the hot shit back then, man.
And then he had to go and play Freddy Krueger, which sucks, because he would have been a great Freddy Krueger if they gave him something decent to work with.
That's what I was trying to say last time. I liked him as Freddy Krueger. It just, the movie wasn't that great. It actually sucked.
Made him look like a fucking salamander.
Yeah. I know Mecca has strong feelings on that Freddy Krueger too.
She has not seen the remake, and she refuses to. And
she hasn't.
No, she won't see it, and I don't blame her.
No, I wouldn't either. It just, I mean, Freddy that first Friday the 13th is one of the movies that scared me the most as a child. You know what I mean? Like it scared, I was scared to go to sleep. Like just like Children of the Corn, I was scared to go by a cornfield. That movie changed me. You know, like it was one of those fantastic pieces of horror that came out of that time when horror was, you know, I think at its height.
Yeah. Speaking of Nightmare on Elm Street, Mecca and I, we just dropped our interview with Lisa Wilcox on the main channel, who played Alice in Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5 finally. So check that out, folks.
I will do that. I will do that. I actually have to get going. I have to be up at 3 a.m. for work.
Anyway, sounds like Rob ready to pass out and Mecca's on mute. So I think we've covered just about everything we have to cover, even though I don't know what's going to happen on Wednesday since it's New Year's Eve. I haven't discussed that with the crew yet.
New Year's Day.
Or it's New Year's Day. So maybe we will have a show. I don't know yet. Probably will. Now Mecca's back. She said, "Be right back." I just noticed that. Sorry, Mecca.
I had to get up and get a.
That's all right. I didn't see you say BRB. I was like, Lisa Wilcox was just dropped, and I'm like waiting for you. And it's like, oh shit, I didn't know you were gone.
Yeah, I had to find my antihistamines. I've been sneezing. I have this cold, so I don't know. If I'm feeling better, I might stream New Year's Eve, but who knows?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. New Year's Day is Wednesday. I forgot. So yeah,
I don't know.
We might have a regular show if there's some news. I told Annie Tricker to be on standby.
There's so much. Well, there's so much news today, right? And then there was like
right. So yeah, we'll probably be back Wednesday as long as everybody's home. So till next time, what do you say, Rob?
Yep. All right, you like the show, like, subscribe, do all the things. Like, subscribe here, main channel. Scott, tell me where we can find you.
You can find me under Sporky News Podcast on YouTube and all the other things. Mostly Twitter I'm on. I see there's like 190 some odd people here. If even half of you guys, or exactly half, sub me, I'll be at 500 people. I'm awesome. Yay.
Yeah. Mecca, tell me where we can find you.
Here in my channel. In Vegas, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
I have like 20 in a row here. So
do I get a wrench? I love you guys. Can I have a wrench?
Can we set that up, Tom?
I'm just kidding. You guys don't have to get
I don't know why you don't have one. Say something in the chat and I'll make you. Well, I gotta go to the thing, but yeah, I'll get you a wrench here.
I was just playing, but okay.
Yeah, it's like
No, I let anybody who's like on the show thing, I give them a wrench just so they can at least share things and stuff like their links and all that good stuff. I let anybody who's like on the show thing, I give them a wrench just so they can at least got myself coming back at me there. All right.
All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Hey, if we don't see you, have a
deaths we had to acknowledge. Remember?
Yes. Sid Mead, actually,
who he most well known for. I believe he was the designer on Blade Runner, and then there was another one. You said we lost a Ruddle.
Yes, Neil Innes, who actually was he played Ron Nasty in the Ruddles. He wrote the music, most of the music, and he did a lot of work with Monty Python. He was one of the minstrels in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And actually a very, very musically talented guy. Very underappreciated musician. So he was anytime you lose somebody
from Dog Band, part of the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band.
Yeah. Anytime you lose anybody associated with the Monty Python family, it's sad.
I just recently got the Ruddle soundtrack on vinyl. Remember?
Oh yeah,
and that's a double because it's associated with the Beatles too.
Oh yeah, yeah. And actually, the vinyl rip. I can't. The part at the beginning, the jet flying in.
Do you have that, or do you need it still? Because I can rip it.
I have the vinyl.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I just don't have it transcribed, but that is actually missing off the CD.
Yeah, you were saying that, and that's
it is.
Yeah. There was a remastered CD actually released a few years ago, which I haven't got yet. Which I'm not sure if they've added that bit back in. Would be nice if they put it back, if they made that the first track, and then launch into the rest of the music. But yeah.
Probably didn't
That's-
want to pay whoever it was who.
No, there are.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do, Mecca? Bring up that the chicks freaking out about Star Wars again. I forgot Captain Hare and a few other people wanted to hear that before we go.
Sure. 1 second. 1 second. The whole thing, or
Yeah, oh, whatever you got.
yeah,
Whatever.
sure.
I hate Star Wars. I just love that moment.
I gotta make it big though. Okay, here. Share screen. Share audio. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. All right. Oh.
This just sickens me. It really does.
It's horrible.
Oh shit. Put it big, and that's like the movie.
We won.
One. And then they're kissing. And then he dies. And here's the composite shot.
Now, there's your fans. That's who you wanted, Kathleen Kennedy.
She can have them.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's who you wanted. Those are your fans now. Now, Kathleen Kennedy.
And then we got,
got 2 super chats.
We got 2 of them now. Yep.
Crazy Eye Jedi, welcome to life in an insane asylum. This is it.
Pretty much. And then Kathleen Kennedy is the one who yells, "I hate Star Wars."
Yeah.
With that, have a happy and safe New Year, guys. We love all of you out there. You made this such an amazing year.
Yes, no drinking, no driving. Everybody stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And if we're not back, we'll see you in 2020. 2019's been a great year. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Robin Tom.
Thank you, Scott. We'll catch you next time.
Could you lick my balls?
Kick ass! See what happens when you piss me off?
You get a sound clip of I fucking hate Star Wars.
I like radiation butts, and I cannot lie.